Welcome everyone. We are here again in Barcelona for day 2 of our community hangout. Yesterday we did 6 hours of live stream right after the keynote. Today we're going to have 5 hours together. My name is Manuel Sainsily. I'm your streaming producer for today. And we have a jam-packed agenda. We have a lot of content coming in. We have a lot of surprise guests as well, and surprises and gifts in the chat. So make sure you follow the chat. We're live on Twitch, YouTube, and X today, which is a first for us on X. I call it Twitter still. Everyone in the chat, please let me know where you're coming from. Where are you joining us from? Are you from, I see people from Japan. I see people from Argentina. Argentina, it must be very early for you. Thank you for joining. We see people from the Netherlands. We see people from South Africa. Hello, South Africa. I was there last December. It was amazing. Kazakhstan, India, amazing. I would love to know if you had a good time yesterday. And, you know, we're basically doing this live, so a lot of guests are going to come in, come out. We're going to have a lot of moments with them where you can ask them questions. And I want to give you a couple of information about what we're doing today. So for this second day of live stream, the content is going to go as is. Oh, I see people from Israel. I see people from Croatia. I see people from, hey, Budapest, Hungary. Hello, hello. So that's Lurking Ninja. Lurking Ninja, you were there yesterday. I remember your name. Hey, I want to know what happens to Kinematica. Well, we might be able to ask that to some of our guests today. So today, 11 a.m. It's actually 11:08 right now in Barcelona. At 11:15, so in about 5 minutes, we're going to have an advocacy and community segment joined by Esteban, my dear colleague. Then we're going to have at 12 p.m. the asset store segment, followed by the Made with Unity segment at 1 p.m. The Made with Unity segment is going to be about an hour and 45 minutes long. It's jam-packed with a bunch of studios coming in today. I'm going to spoil you a little bit. People from Akupara Studios, Neoludic Games. We might even have someone from Discord coming in. Resolution Games as well from Sweden, which I visited 3 weeks ago for Sweden conference, game conference, and then Future Lab and Saibo. So a lot of cool games to talk about, a lot of cool experiences also to share with you all. The goal is basically to give you a vibe of how it's happening right now on the floor in Barcelona for those of you that cannot join. And yes, we're starting very early for the West Coast, but the goal is to really be global, to touch the entire community all around the world. And that's why I'm happy to see people from Kansas, Russia, Hong Kong, Vietnam. This is amazing. Hello from India again. Sweet. All right, so any questions in the chat? Yesterday we had a fun running gag with the community, so I don't know if some of you from yesterday are still there. We're talking about who had the best beard, who has the best hair. I think Julia was winning with the hair yesterday. We had, I think, Jamestone with the beard, and Rembud also for the hair. So let's see who wins today. Lurking Ninja, sorry, what question you're asking in the chat from Amanegi. Does new animation system contain motion matching and motion warping? I actually don't know. But if we have people from the team that we can have with us today, we might be able to answer some of your questions. If not, go simply on the discussions forum, which is discussions.unity.com. I'm going to share the link right now in the chat. And if you have any question for Unity, don't hesitate to ask it right now. Okay, so we have Rick Jensen from yesterday saying, yes, I'm still here. Hair 8 on 10. Is that my hair you're judging? I had a hat yesterday the whole day, so I'm happy to see that. Maybe I have a W hair. Krugiza XD saying W hair. Finally, we can rate your hair. All right, cool. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Well, you know what? Let's start with our guest. So today, we're going to actually have 2 guests for this first advocacy segment. Not only I have Esteban Maldonado, which is my dear advocate colleague at Unity, but we also joined by our friend Sebastian Pohl. Hello, Sebastian. How are you doing? Hello, Esteban.
Hi, Mano. How are you doing, man?
So we're live here in Barcelona. This is the advocacy segment. The goal is to basically share. Oh, first of all, question from Sean Nabright in the chat, the roadmap. So this was, I think, the most asked question yesterday. Just want to give you a quick disclaimer. The roadmap is not being live streamed because it's happening actually on site for the Barcelona attendees, but the social team is working day and night to package it up and have it up on our YouTube as early as possible. I don't have an ETA on that, hopefully just after Unite, but basically you'll be able to get it on our YouTube. There will be a specific playlist called Unite 2025. It's actually already up. It contains the keynote from yesterday, the Advocacy Community Hangout Day 1, 6 hours we did yesterday. And it's going to contain this video right there, VOD, which is about 5 hours long also. And then all of the other important video and all of the talks you cannot see in person will be uploaded, all right? So no more question about the roadmap because now you know. Just to carry the question forward, roadmap VOD when? That's the same question again. So you know now, Lurking Ninja. Dramolks from Twitch. Oh, I love those Unity hoodies and caps. Yes, so back to the photo on Esteban. Esteban is one of our Unity advocates, which is a team that basically travel all around the globe in different locations. Actually, Jack, maybe you can share with us a little bit of that photo just to show like all of the different locations that we've been able to target this year. And just so you guys know, our goal is to grow this map, okay? So before we dive into it, I just want to give a chance for our dear guests to introduce each other. So maybe Sebastian, you can give a quick intro, who you are, what do you do?
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me. My name is Sebastian. I am one of the founders of Binary Impact.
Yes.
And we're a company that works only with Unity. And we're doing games and industry applications. And you might know us from our Unity tips on Twitter or the Unity tip trading card game that's all around here.
People love them.
Actually, can Thomas, we have a great people in the back, could you send us one of the packs, please, so we can show the Unity tips cards? So Sebastian, I don't know if you've attended a user group before anywhere in the world, and they're not everywhere, as you saw on the map. We have certain locations that don't have user groups yet. Our goal is going to be to expand the amount of user groups we have in every location that doesn't have one right now. You can actually start your own user group. And you simply go on meetup.com and you start meeting with your friends. You can reach out to also our dear friends Carly, which works at Unity. We'll put the name soon. But those cards, this card decks, it's basically an amazing game made by Sebastian and his team. And this entire deck of cards contains tips, which means that as you're playing the game, you're also learning about Unity. Each card has a picture and a description. That has nothing to do with the game. The game itself can be played without that. But what's cool is that as you play, you're learning about Unity at the same time. So that's basically what I want to give you a chance to understand. And I just wanted Sebastian to maybe explain what is the game, what was the inspiration behind. Tell us a bit more about it.
It is quite a long story because when we started our company back in 2016, we had the usual ideas, get business cards, hand them out at conferences and trade shows. But we soon noticed the trading card, you collect them and then you throw them away. It's nothing that will last with the people. So we thought what we can do, and we were also doing the Unity tips straight from the beginning of our company. And we thought we can do something with this. So we printed them. The first edition was little square cards with a Unity tip on the front and with a QR code to our website on the back. And people loved them. I think you may also have one of those square cards.
Yes, from
they are really, really old. And on the way back from one of the conferences, Jens, my colleague and co-founder, and me, we were in the taxi and we were talking, what can we do to take this any further? And by the time we were at the airport, we had the idea to make it a trading card game. This would add to the Unity tips themselves. As you said, there's always a tip on the card, but this would add that it is a game that you can actually play.
Okay.
So you can already play the game if each player has one card. The game already works, and the more cards you collect, the bigger your game will be, and you can play that, and that's something that people will keep. We learned that over the years, that after the first edition we did, where we just handed them out at conferences, we later heard from people at Unity, like Esteban, that I have these cards on my desk at the office, and they are all around. And also Mike from Unity, he's a big fan. He helped working out the rules and everything. And this year we had the great honor to bring this to Unite. There was not this edition, but another edition in every bag for every attendee. And that's just great to see your game even if it's not a computer game, but a card game in everybody's hands.
And I think also with what we've seen through the pandemic, people are going back a little bit to analog and like playing with friends in person. And it's just a great way also to connect and learn at the same time. I myself learned a lot by just playing the card games in all of the user group we've done this year. And so actually, let's go back to that map if we can for a second. And yeah, so people keep asking about the roadmap. I know it's a running gag, actually. Lurking Ninja is like, so, about the roadmap. Sure. The roadmap was not live streamed. That's why the keynote was up the second after you get the keynote, right? Because there's a whole production team working behind the keynote. Versus the roadmap is just an in-person event that's being uploaded and then put on YouTube. There's the processing, the cutting, and all that. So this is going to be available on YouTube again to the playlist Unite 2025. I promise you it's coming soon. Don't worry, guys. But today, this is not the talk. Today, we're talking about the community, and we have a bunch of surprise guests, made with Unity guests. Right now, we are in the advocacy and community segment. And yeah, so I just wanted to share you the map because to me, that's the reason why I do this job, is to connect with you guys, like basically the entire community around the world. I'm lucky enough to have been able to go to most of those red dots in the past 2 years. I have an app called Flighty that records all of the flights that I take. I think in 2024, I did 49 flights in more than, I think, 40 locations. And this year, I'm close to already 51 flights. The carbon print is not great. I appreciate that people care about that. I do care about that. But with this new role where I'm actually doing the live stream as a host, I'm going to be more at home and remote. So I'm going to be not flying as much. But Esteban here and the rest of the advocacy team, they continue to fly around the world. And the goal is to basically be there for the community, support the community where they are. We always travel with some of those cards with us. So if you're interested to get some of those, just join a local user group. Those are like great places where you can meet other game developers, learn from each other, support each other, maybe do some hackathon and some events where you can like become a studio if you end up, finding cool friends. Bradston that we had yesterday on the talk, which will be there later today, has been doing all of the education as well. So not only the user group that are made by game developer, but also students from schools, universities, and so on. We support all of these different events. And then Unity also throws their own events. We call them U-Day. Basically, they used to be called Unity Developer Days. And those are events a little bit like a smaller Unite, where we have a full day of videos, content, question, where we can work with industry and game at the same time. And during those events, we always carry swag. So that's why Esteban has different swag that we do. He has a very special Unity hat. I think you don't really see it on the camera, but on Esteban's hat, you have actually Unity wrote in black on black. So all of this custom swag, usually we carry some of them with us during those events. So you get a chance to also get some custom swag, which is nice.
That was Gamescom 2023. That was a good one.
So that was one of your favorite one?
Yeah, well, at least swag-wise, I think that's my favorite hat.
They have more stuff than the rest of the world?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I think I have one of those.
Yeah,
I just cleaned out one wardrobe at home, and I found like a stack of Unity hats.
Ooh,
and I think
sweet.
I have one of those.
Nice. See, these are really good. These are really good. I like them.
I just noticed that because we had a little hiccup earlier, the previous stream was still going on and people are waiting in it. So I might actually have to send the link to this stream for the people that were waiting on YouTube. But hey, I'm glad you're here. If you're here, you're in the right stream. So quickly, let's talk a little bit, Esteban, about this map.
Yeah.
Like, how do we go about choosing where we go? And maybe you can share a little bit about some of the events that we've attended this year that you found interesting. We have, I think, some photo from Esteban that we can share.
Man, no, I was sending you a couple pictures of some recent events, but at the same time, oh, by the way, this is me right now. That was in Argentina, where I was there, and this is a Dev Day that we did in Argentina. We gave a little bit of swag, I don't know, with all that, but people, by the way, those were like, we had like 200 hats, and we ran out like in an hour and a half. Like I think like over 200 people showed up. This is actually Jackson. Can you go back to that picture where Bradson was playing the game? Yeah, that's Bradson. Bradson and I, we visited the University of Barcelona on Tuesday. We met some students, and here's Bradson playing at this very awesome and kind of addictive, in a good way, 2D platformer made with Unity by some students. Jackson, could you go to the picture that there's like a share and there's like a VR headset or Yeah. No.
It doesn't have the specific photo. It's more like a slideshow, but it will show.
Okay. My bad. Sorry, I didn't mean to like. Hey Jack, can you find
Jack,
picture
can you just do exactly what I want?
7x135? No.
It's random.
Sorry. Anyway, so no, this is Argentina as well. Like these folks are showing their game. This was actually made in Godot, like, but still very good. The talk that we gave on rendering techniques and lighting techniques in URP.
Actually, you just said something very interesting there, Esteban, and I want to call it out, is that the user group sometimes, they're not necessarily just Unity developers, it's all game developers.
Oh, hell yeah.
We have people that made game with Unreal, we have made people that make game with Godot.
Yeah.
I even found people that make game with GB Studio, which is like this small open source engine where you can make game for Game Boy at the time, and that was pretty cool. Yeah. So I feel like there's this whole like community of gamers. As you've seen yesterday, we have this collaboration with Epic, and I think it's beautiful to see that game developers work together and have the same passion. It's not about the engine that you use. Of course, if you're here, you probably care about Unity, and that's what we try to support. But sometimes we go to user groups where there's people, a plethora of engine, people that might be making games on both Unity and both Unreal at the same time. So I think it's this community message that we try to share, where it's like, come as you are, have fun with us, and have learn also at the same time about us. So
I mentioned to people that our team used to be called like the evangelists. We're now advocates. And some people are like, evangelists. So like you preach unity, but now it's more like we advocate for the user, and for the game developer. And sincerely, and this is not me saying it as a Unity rep. I'm there for game devs. I like game development.
I love that.
I'm not a 1-2 person. Like if I've been at game jams where I've used Godot. I've been at game jams where I used most of them Unity. Yes, but I like exploring other tools as well, and this is an attitude I think everybody in our team.
I agree.
And like you mentioned, we met people that use different engines, and we like playtesting them. Like we give them feedback. Like we show them love. Like we show them the same love. So
we even in the work that I do outside of Unity as an artist, I use Touch Designer, for example, which is another super cool tool for real-time 3D. Yeah. So it's very inclusive. A couple comments in the chat. So we have Deep Enter that says our Unity meetup group is on the map. Last meetup was 2 weeks ago. Deep Enter, can you tell us where it is? Like what location it is? I would love to shout it out. We have someone else saying, oh, so no roadmap until Unite ends. So when is Unite ending? That's from Jadurani. Unite is ending today. Today's the last day. Yeah. But we have a weekend after that, and then the team is probably going to upload the video for the roadmap right after. What else? We see. Hi, is it possible to buy the card game anywhere? Could you answer that?
We are not really intending on selling the game. That would be a
so
whole
we're giving
lot
it
of
away.
Investments. You can just go to a Unity event or find us at any event and just talk to us. We usually have bags full of them and just hand them out.
That's so nice. So it's always free, always for the community. You never buy it.
Yes, that is the whole idea. Just give it back to the community. We started it because of the Unity Tip Tuesday, which was done by Unity themselves.
Oh, that was the old Twitter account.
Nice.
And also put on YouTube as well.
It was done on Twitter, and at one point, we don't know why, Unity themselves stopped doing these, and we just continued. We are doing.
You're like, we'll still keep the hashtag alive.
Yes, we are doing that since 2016, and I think we missed maybe one day since one Tuesday since 2016 where not a real tip went out.
Only one
That's so
Tuesday.
sweet.
That's great.
I love that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can guess which one. Yeah, but since then because it is a great source of knowledge to just go to Twitter or X, like it's called now, and look at the Unity tips that are still coming out each Tuesday and see what other people are doing, what other people are putting out as tips. Sometimes it is as easy as, yes, you can press this button to do this. And there's still a lot of people that just tell you, hey, I never knew that. It just sped up my workflow like crazy. And it just makes you happy to see that you can help other people with that many characters in a message. So that is a part of the appeal, that it's short tips. It's not like you have to read a whole blog article or something, or that you have to implement 10 classes to gain a benefit from it. It's just a short tip, and it can help you instantly.
That's amazing. Well, thank you for that message. I think that's the beauty behind this game. I think is like it's really just connects everybody together.
Yeah.
We have a couple more things to show. So I wanted to shout out also because Esteban and I, we're from the West Coast. We're like, I'm in Canada. He's in the U.S. in Seattle. He's from Puerto Rico. I'm from Guadeloupe. So we also have that Caribbean connection. But that is not where all of the advocates are from. We have a bunch of advocates all around the world. Actually, some people said Hungary is too empty on that map. That's from Lurking Ninja. Yes, I agree. We should have a user group there. So if you know people that are game developer that would like to start a Unity user group, Jack, can you show that kind of website screen that show how to join the Unity user group? There you go. So you go on meetup.com. Yeah, of course, add something.
We just started our own user group, and I think it's the one in the middle of Germany, because we noticed there's one in the northern region, there's one in the southern region.
So that one dot here is probably yours.
That one in the middle, no, the one above that, one.
Nice. So cool.
That might be our group, and we will have our first official meeting on December 10th.
So even this year, you're going to meet for the first time?
Yes.
That is
Congrats,
so cool.
Man.
So you see, guys, like things are just being set up really naturally, really organically. This is the webpage for the meetup.com/pro/Unity website. I'm going to put it right now in the chat. I really recommend you go there and check it out at least once, just so you get an idea of how that looks. And this is the website that people use to actually organize their user group. And as you can tell by the metrics, we have 21 countries, 63 groups so far, and 61,000 members worldwide. Those are just people that are joining user group. Fun fact, that's me on that picture, actually. Yes. That was, I think, SF Game Development. We did a San Francisco event together.
That event was a lot of fun.
That event was amazing. Actually, fun fact, I was talking right after Esteban, or right before Esteban, and my talk was a little bit long, and I made him shorter, and I felt terrible about that. Never again. I remember. Esteban had to basically run after me and give his talk. I was like, Manu, like, I had 45 minutes of content. I only have 30 left.
It happens.
So, yeah.
It's all good.
Oh my God, look at what Jack is doing. Okay. Back when I just started as an advocate, that was 2023. Super cool time though. What else in the chat? So we have, hey Esteban from Sunny Valley Studio.
Ooh. Oh, hi,
Hey
Peter.
Sebastian, you're a bit quiet in this talk.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, he had a long day yesterday. Your night was very long. We have a message from Deepenter.
Yeah.
Deepenter said, so the talk that the user group that happened 2 weeks ago he mentioned was actually in the Unity office in Israel. That's super cool.
Oh, awesome.
Then we hear about Bruce King that said, for me, it's cheaper and easier to buy than flying to another country. Well, we're not asking you to fly to another country. The hope is that we can set up a user group where you are in your city.
Correct.
And when I say we're trying to go everywhere, I'm not kidding. Like we have people in Guadalajara, in Mexico. We have user groups in Japan. It goes everywhere. Talking about Japan, let's talk about the APAC team. So the advocacy team in the West is a pretty cool team, but we also have an APAC team in the rest of the world taking care of South Korea, of Japan, and they did a lot in 2025, as you can see. This is Keijiro, if you know Keijiro, one of our super cool Unity developer from Japan. That's a cool photo that they took from their event. That's Vance, Kim.
One note real quick, for people that open Unity 6, you know that little intro?
Yeah, the
intro
splash screen?
when it's loading the splash screen, made by him.
Made by
God.
Keijiro.
Oh, awesome.
And I think
Yeah.
it did most of the recent splash screen for 6.3, 6.2, 6.1, and 6.0.
Yeah.
I think all of it is always Keijiro. If people know Keijiro in the chat, W for Keijiro is one of our dearest developers at Unity and advocate.
It's like a tech art, VFX, lighting.
He's just a
machine.
superhuman. He's a superhuman.
Yeah, no, like, his work is amazing. Simply amazing.
So let me give you a quick shout out to the APAC team. We have Dennis Che, which is our senior partner relationship manager for industry. We have Gary House, senior software developer consultant. Gold medal Kim, senior advocate. Jin Yun Ho, senior advocate. Keijiro Takahashi, we just talked about him, senior advocate. I'm in this group, but I'm not part of the APAC team, although I will be in Japan, in Tokyo, in December for our next U Day on December 11. So I'm looking forward to that. That's my second time in Tokyo. We got Vance, which is our manager for the APAC team. Vance has been literally carrying this team and making sure that all of the content is being published. If you follow Unity Japan, and the Unity shorts on YouTube, a lot of the content is being made by that team. They create a lot of short form content, and finishing with Yohei, which is also another senior advocate. So that's it for the APAC team. Let's go back to a couple couple photos from the rest of the West advocacy team. So this is Mark Schoenagel, one of the OG advocates, actually my previous manager. This is a picture from me and Esteban in Abu Dhabi when we did a U-Day.
That was this year, right?
That was this year.
Yeah.
I can't believe this was the same year. You can see Mike on stage here with Esteban. I think that was Malaga.
Yeah, no. That was Sao Paulo. Gamescom.
Yeah,
Latam.
Gamescom Latam. Yes.
Yes.
So even Latin America. You see Corey Green here, which we hired this year. Again, Corey. That was
in Serbia.
In Serbia.
That was a good one. Oh my God.
That's me in South Africa with Mark as well. So love that. Oh, and we got a video, I think, from Sale. Oh, another video with Jessica Lindell, Bradston,
I think
Helen.
that's GDC, right?
That was GDC. I love that.
Nice.
Let's look at the Seoul video, which shows what happened in South Korea as well. Someone says there is no user group in France. I can check it out for you, HP Griff from Twitch. I'm not sure, but I think we might have a user group in France. If we don't, well, I would love for you to start one, to be honest. And starting a user group, it still requires time, right? Like, because you need to plan stuff, you need to organize, you need to have your team meeting up regularly. But Unity is trying to also support you for those. So whenever you do meetups, if we can fly one of our advocates to come and support and give you give a talk there and so on, we will come. We'll pay for the pizza, for the drinks. We'll bring swag, and we'll try to make sure that it is organized in a way that's supported for you. But of course, you become the Unity user group leader, and you have to basically take care of that.
Well, can I add something real quick?
Yeah, of course.
One thing that is super cool about organizing user groups is that if you think about it, you gotta work on your time management skills. You gotta work on your organizational skills, event skills. These are skills that you get to practice, and you can even put on a resume if you want it. Like, sincerely, it takes time. Like you mentioned, it takes time to prepare. Reach out to companies or people, organizing, making sure that they bring a topic that the community is interested. Like if you have a dedicated Discord, like some communities do, like that takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
And like for anybody that wants to practice, let's say like kind of like production or program management, this is a very good opportunity as well. Like,
that's a very good
and you
point.
you get to practice networking as well, which is I don't know why they call it a soft skill. I don't agree with that term.
It's not a soft skill. Networking is hard.
Exactly.
It's one of the most important skills you can learn.
In the industry, for sure.
Yes, of course. We learned that from day one, that attending events like Unite or even small indie gatherings, it was one of the most important things that we did, building up that network, and to a point where you just can talk to your network if you need something. If you have a rough patch in your year and now I need something to work on because I need to pay the bills, and you can ask your network, has anybody anything from me? It happened for us. People helped us out a lot, and it's just great to have a network, and it's such a great skill to have. Just go out, talk to people, talk to other developers, talk to people from Unity. Yeah. We know so many Unity guys. It's just awesome. I know Esteban for I don't know how long, many years now. We've met so many times, and it's the best thing. And
you get to ask questions also directly to the team. Maybe you have a game, we can play test it. The amount of game that we've play tested with the team just by joining their user group. And then you get hands-on with the team. Sometimes you might have a critical question that maybe is on the discussions forum and so on, but now you can ask the developers right there.
And one thing is that not only when I go to events, not only do I say, hey, we have this Unity trading tip cards, and I stay quiet. No. I say, they're made by this company called Binary Impact. They check it out. They're in Germany. They started this initiative. So even then, like since you've dedicated like that time to the community, like you're already getting a little bit like, I guess, kind of like networking dividends or something, a networking dividend or something, and I point them out because I like to call out when people do like very cool
Great
work
stuff.
like this, like check them out, Binary Impact. They make games, they make awesome Unity tips.
It's the reason for a lot of things we do. We as I mentioned before, we noticed that there's in the middle of Germany there's no user group, so we started one. We actually currently are planning to do a U-Day in our area. We're already in talks with Unity and setting things up. So we just want to bring all the cool things that we can, that we have in our work with Unity and with the people at Unity. We just want to bring that to everybody else in our area and to make it available for everyone. It just
I love that.
is awesome.
You should reach out to, by the way, shout out to Zaid Zaim and Lucas Martinique, the leaders of the Berlin user group, Unity user group. Definitely reach out to them. So shout out, they're incredibly passionate people and their community is super good. Oh man.
I love that.
I don't know. Communities are awesome.
Couple more questions in the chat. So we see, so that was Petit Pois saying there's no one on the map in France either. So yeah, like I said, feel free to shout out and create your own user group and we'll be able to support you. You can reach out. On the meetup.com website that I sent, you can also just browse to see if there is one. Maybe you don't know about it and it's already happening in your city or a city that's not too far. So don't hesitate to go on the link that we put in the chat to look at that. Oh, D Panther said his GitHub is a great for VFX. I think he's referencing to Keijiro's GitHub, which is a gold of a mine of gold. Like the amount of good stuff I've downloaded from Keijiro there. Yeah. I remember when Gaussian splatting, the technology for like after LiDAR for like 3D scanning came out, Unity out on his personal GitHub, which basically is just an extension of Unity's GitHub, to be honest. At this point, he just is carrying us from Japan. What else? We see great. Sadly, I don't have much time to manage a group, said HP Griff on Twitch. That's fine. Hopefully you can, join one.
The two user group leads is recommended anyway. Like,
you need two people for sure. Shout out to the New York user group.
Yes.
I think they had Matt, the CEO, join them a couple weeks ago, as he's from New York as well. Yeah. And I think that's the cool stuff as well, is that not only gives you the networking with other game developers, maybe you can grow into something a bit more professional and big, but also you get to have important people from Unity coming in that can maybe help out and create even more opportunities for the people and your members. And that's really the value. It's not about us joining, it's about you growing your expertise.
And to the person that actually said, hey man, I don't have the time, like sincerely, all you need is just a little a room and maybe like 5 to 10 people just to get started. That's it. Like that's it, and you
can start small. It doesn't have to be 50 members joining in. We joined a user group in Montreal where only one person joined once, and me and Esteban gave a talk to that one user because we cared that much, right? And I think that's the value. Is like whether I'm on a keynote on stage giving a talk to 2,000 people at Unite, or I'm in Montreal talking to one person. We'll give the same energy, we'll give the same amount of swag. It doesn't matter. It's really just about the community.
I remember that day, usually we started talks like, hi everybody, welcome to this session. It's like, hi Felipe, welcome to this
Shout out to Felipe though.
I don't know if that was his real name. Like, sorry, I just said a random name. But he was Latino, like from Colombia, I believe.
Yes, he was from Colombia.
So I was like, hey dude, so we're gonna talk about multiplayer now.
Without him, the audience will be zero. So definitely shout out to him.
Shout out to Montreal, awesome person.
We have Shauna Bright 599 on YouTube that kept pushing a lot of cool emoji and said, yo, hey, with the... Wait, I do it properly.
Oh, the heart.
The South Korean heart. Yes. I love this sign so much. Petit Pois saying, thank you for answering the question in the chat. This is what I do. Whatever you write, I'm reading it, so don't write dumb stuff. W Manu from BWAP. Well, thank you guys. I'm here for you. What else? Love you guys. Face red heart shape emoji. So cool. So Jack's sending me messages, subliminal message, and he just wrote dumb stuff just to make me giggle. Sebastian, I wanted to ask you, what else do we want to share about this game and about what you do? Is there any message you wanted to share with the community while we have you for the next 5 minutes?
Yeah, just do the same. Not make your own trading card game.
I mean, you can because it's super fun.
Yeah, it's but share your knowledge. Do Unity tips on Twitter or X or whichever platform. Just put out the stuff that you find interesting, that helped you in your work. You will be surprised how many times things where you think, yeah, that's just that little thing that can't be that helpful, will actually help the most. It's the small tips, the little things that you can do this. Just click here and this happens. It's most of the time, those are the tips with thousands of reactions and hundreds of comments. Thank you, this helped me so much, never knew that. And it's easy, just look at your daily work, and if you find something that helped you in the last days or weeks, write it down, put it out on a Tuesday, add the hashtag Unity Tips, and just join in.
I love that. I think that's the biggest message here, is that sharing what you're learning is a great way to also grow yourself.
Yes.
I think someone said
Yes.
the best way to learn something is actually to teach someone else, because
Heck
your
yeah.
brain works in a different
Yes.
way. And yesterday we had Code Monkey and Emily Pitcher, which are two
They're
great,
awesome.
amazing teachers of Unity and also game developer themselves. And that's literally how they started, by just wanting to share their passion with someone else. And it started with 1 viewer, 2 viewers, 10 viewers, and eventually grew up to the big amount of people following them right now. But it was never about having people following them. It was about sharing their passion, which I believe created this kind of like impact on other people to want to either do the same or start their journey.
It's just genuine content, a genuine interest to share knowledge and to try to teach other people how to do the same. That's what makes, especially Code Monkey, Hugo, just a great guy. His content, it's so awesome because you just feel that he wants to teach you something, and that he
Heck
prepares really hard to bring you the best content he can do. And yeah, his videos are just awesome.
And one thing to notice, like for example, some people say like, oh wow, like some people might think, how am I gonna get to those numbers? Oh my god, like, but here's the thing, everybody brings in a little, since you're you bring a little bit of
Yes.
something unique to
True.
you. Like Ugo Komaki, like he brings his passion in his own way, but I think that everybody has like their own special flavor, even if it's the same topic of like making Unity
Yes.
Unity tips, Unity videos. So
don't
get out
think
there, like
someone else has already done it. Don't think it like that way. Do the content you want to share and put it out, and just get the reactions. Do the next one and just build it up over time. We also do tutorials on YouTube, and we don't have the same numbers as other of the Unity creators, because it's not our main focus. But we try to cover topics that are important to us, and we put them out. And we made it to a few thousand followers on YouTube. We have a few thousand followers on Twitter, and you have to keep on doing it. Just
I'm one of them.
thank you. Probably
Can
one
you
of
give
the
us
first.
the Twitter handle so I can put it in the chat?
It's at Binary Impact G.
Binary Impact G. G like game?
Yes, it's for
Sweet.
game, not
I
at
just
all
found
because
it.
someone else.
I'm putting it in the chat, everybody.
hawked
Make sure
the
you
other one.
follow Binary
That
Impact
was graffiti.
on
No,
X.
thank you.
If you have an X account, it would be super cool to just support them and see more of that. So let's
Or
read a
me.
couple more comments in the chat. We have Red Sis Studio saying Esteban from Puerto Rico.
Yes.
Shout out to Red Sis Studio.
Wepa.
He said he makes articles, he makes videos. Yep, that's Esteban.
Yeah.
A lot of articles from Esteban actually teach you like good stuff like multiplayer, understanding of URP and so on.
Yeah.
What else? Hello, Esteban from Puerto Rico.
Wepa. Who was that?
Yeah. Oh, what's the hashtag? Excuse me, Sebastian.
For Unity tips.
Yep.
Hashtag Unity
It's
tips.
just hashtag Unity tips. So
Yeah.
people, I'm putting it also in the chat so that you know. That was a question from HP Griff on Twitch. Then we have Luke Evans. Massive FOMO to not be there and see the Binary Impact guys. You better
Luke.
save some of those awesome cards for me. We have so many of those cards. I'm actually overflowing sometimes. I have to like choose between boxers and cards when I'm picking my luggage before we travel. We always have the cards with us. So whenever you see a U-Day or a user group in your city, let us know. We'll bring the cards to you.
Should I tell you a secret?
Tell me a secret.
I have special cards.
Oh, so that I know. He had, you know, with Pokemon cards, when you like open them and like remove like the thing, and sometimes you're like, oh my god, there's like this really rare cards. That happens.
We
And
have shiny ones,
you have
and we
shiny
have
ones.
really special cards with a golden cut. They have a golden border around it. They are really shiny.
Sweet.
I already sleeved them, so when I hand them out, they will be pristine.
Do I have one?
I can give you one later.
We have Red
gonna
Studio
join in on
saying
that.
all the cards for sale. They are not for sale. They are free, and we always give them for free during all of the user groups events and all of that. I got inspired by Sebastian from Binary Impact when I started creating my own Unity tips. That's Sunny Valley Studio.
Yeah, check it out, man.
yeah,
Check
Peter,
it out.
man, I love you.
You see? So this kind of like ripple effect from starting something for you, for others, and then other people just benefit from it. That's beautiful. Hello from the old Spain, from ETSA 1982. Hello. What else? We got Hola from Surge 8419. We got what strength of Orujo is served in Barcelona's game production co-working spaces? It's a very specific question. I don't
The
know.
one that does all the videos, short form videos.
Yes, he lately
Oh, I
started a
love his
lot of those
channel.
videos.
I love
He's
his
an
channel.
awesome guy. We had a video series.
Shout out
on,
to Sunny Valley Studio.
Yeah, follow him. Follow him.
Yes.
Before you follow us, follow Peter from Sunny Valley Studio on all the socials.
Yes. Oh my god! Like I love his videos.
For some time we did a video series on the best Unity tips.
I just put his Twitter link is xcom/sunnyvstudio. So for those that are watching this that don't have the chat, x.com/sunnyvstudio.
In all of our best Unity tips video, there was always one from Peter.
Love that.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Like, they're really good.
Okay, so Benoit Freslan on YouTube say best tips ever: use hot reload or fast script reload free. Hashtag Unity tips. If you guys have Unity tips you want to share right now in the chat, go ahead. Everybody's learning. I learned, what was the tip that we learned about the right click that allows you to click through all of the different game objects in there is like a shortcut or something.
Like when you're right clicking on the hierarchy or on the scene view.
On the hierarchy, yeah.
Okay, and you click on.
No, you're right. On the scene view, when you click on an object, but there's an object hiding behind, clicking more allow you to click on the objects that are just hiding behind.
Oh, I don't recall that one. So you can like sort of like cascade your.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh.
And so those things I learned by, sometimes you make videos and you're still doing something that's like old school, and then someone in the user group in the chat is like, hey, there's this shortcut you should use. And I'm like, yes, you're teaching me while I'm presenting. That's so cool. And that a lot of the things that I've learned about Unity is literally by having people call it out during my talks.
That's a Unity tip.
There you go. Everybody's got something to teach. Like,
Yeah.
Love that.
That's little things. That's how you use the editor. That's one little bit of knowledge about how to use the editor that will help so many people. Just if I encounter something in my work, in my daily work, then I write it down. So we have a list of tips prepared for the Unity Tip Tuesday. It's things like that.
Love that.
There's one I recently found because I finished the URP Lighting Fundamentals pro training, and there's this simple thing. I didn't know that and I posted on LinkedIn recently, but I didn't know that when you're placing a spotlight on the scene and you want it to look at a specific spot, instead of being like, trying to drag it, you can literally click a button on the scene view editor, and you can look from the point of view of the spotlight, use the controls, and then point it, and then escape, and then you have your spotlight precisely placed where you want. I was like, I did not know. I did not know that.
I love that.
Immediately posted it on LinkedIn. I was like, check it out in case you didn't know. Some people are like, yeah.
Well, you guys, we're coming close to the end of our show. We're going to have a sweet close, very short transition before we move to the next segment, which will be about the asset store. But I just want to recap what we're doing today. This is the Community Hangout Day 2 at Unity. And basically, we have a bunch of surprise guests coming in, made with Unity game. We have an asset store segment. We had accessibility talks. And we'll have another advocacy and community segment at the end to wrap it up. Just wanted to give you a couple shout out before we leave. Thank you to Red State Studio in the chat again for the nice words.
Red State Studio?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Esther. Yeah.
You know him?
Good. Yeah, good. A very talented Puerto Rican game developer VR. She works for Alchemy Labs. Like amazing. She hustled and got
and
into
Sunny
the
Valley
industry.
Studio said thanks for the shout out as well. Well, you guys, it's been great. Thank you so much for coming and taking the time for the community again. Happy to have you.
No, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Sweet.
It was awesome.
Yes.
Well, let's transition to our next segment. But before we do so, just a quick reminder. My name is Manuel Sainsily. I'm your streaming producer for the day with the amazing real producer in the back, Jack and Thomas, helping us, making this a possibility for you all. We're going to get a quick 10-minute break before we go back, but stay with us because we have a bunch of surprise today. We'll be sharing also gift and specific code so you can download Survival Kids, which is Unity's first game that we made in-house. And so that game, we have 2 more codes to share today that we'll be putting in the chat towards the stream. So if you stay with us, it would be awesome. People are slowly waking up from the West Coast that I see in the chat, but most of the people are still joining us from EMEA and APAC, which is great. And yeah, we'll take a quick 10-minute pause before the next segment, so stay with us and see you soon. Welcome back, friends, for our second day of Community Hangout. My name is Manuel Sainsily. I'm your streaming producer for the day. And we're entering the pretty cool segment called the Asset Store segment. And I'm joined by Laurie and Andrew from the Asset Store team. Hello, Laurie and Andrew. How are you guys doing?
Hey, Manu. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Doing
Nice
good.
to see you.
I'm glad to have you today. So what are we talking about? What is today about?
Oh, today, so we're going to be talking about the Asset Store.
Sweet.
Just a quick celebration that we're in our 15th year.
15
month.
years of Asset Store?
Absolutely.
Oh my
November
God.
2010, launched with, I think, just a handful of assets.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So about 5 years after Unity 1.0, the
Yeah.
Asset Store started.
Yeah.
Can you give a quick introduction? Who are you? What are you doing
Sure.
for the Asset Store?
Yeah. Well, I'll start with that. My name is Andrew. I work on the Asset Store. I've been here for quite a long time, and I focus mostly on publishers right now. I like to say I help publishers help users. And I think what's exciting about the Asset Store in the 15 years we've been here is the integral part that it plays with so many creators' roles in their journey, like myself included. I started with Unity 2012, and so it's been quite a long time, and I would not be here without the Asset Store. I would not be here at all because I did not know how to code anything. I did not know how to make any art. I just wanted to make games, and I think a lot of people out there probably have been in the same boat. And so being on the Asset Store team, working with publishers, is just a wonderful experience, and that's why we're here at Unite, working with collaborating with everybody, you know, bringing all the insiders, the users, the industrial customers, the publishers together.
I love that. What about you, Laurie?
Yeah, I am the Senior Partnerships Manager for the Verified Solutions team. So we look after more enterprise B2B customers on the store. Our publishers, yes, they're also our publishers. We like to look after and take care of them. So here this week to meet them and to kind of talk through any pain points that they might have, and you know, future plans for the Asset Store and how we can help and support them. But
Sweet.
it's great to be here.
I have a secret to share with you.
Ooh.
I have a problem with the Asset Store, but it's a good problem.
Well,
Okay.
that's
I'm
what
just
kind we like.
also so excited to see like the amount of cool content made by all of the people that I just a little bit like on Steam, you wishlist game that you might play one day.
Yeah.
I do the same with the Asset Store.
Yeah.
So I'm actually having a backlog of probably 20 plus assets that I still haven't opened and tried yet. And it's getting bigger
Well,
every
you know-
year thanks to the
Yes.
sales that you guys do. Sometimes there's like a pack that's like $20 and you get like 50 amazing assets in it. I just love to see how much like of the community is pushing their content on it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when you look around, if you go, like, when I've gone GDCs, user groups, left and right, you see these games, and then they don't always talk about it, right?
Right.
They all use the Asset Store. I
do.
guarantee almost
Yeah.
all of them use the Asset Store. They might not talk about it, but then you look at their game, you're like, is that text animator for Unity? That looks like text animator. Then you look at their code, and you're like, wait a minute, you're using Odin, aren't you? And
Oh, yeah.
everybody's using the Asset
In
Store.
some way or
In some way, shape, or
form.
form.
Yeah.
It's I mean, it's a no-brainer, right?
I use it, for example, every time I start a project, I always start with a skybox. So
Yeah.
I use the skybox asset for
Yeah.
that. I forgot
You-
the name right now, but it's one of the most popular
maybe
ones.
All Sky for you.
Yeah, All Sky, that's the one.
One of my favorite things to do whenever I start, I like making like RPGs, open world stuff.
Okay.
My favorite thing to do, I'll load up any Nature Manufacturer package. Their demo scenes are
Nature
gorgeous.
Manufacturer has such cool assets.
Yeah,
I have
exactly.
this, so it's one of my backlog
Yeah, there you go.
items.
And I mean, just download the demo scene, load that up, now build your game, start prototyping, find the fun with that. It looks gorgeous. It works out of the box, and then I just have to skip the steps. And I'll tell you a secret. My first game that I released, it's no longer on the stores, but it was 2015. I made a game called The Barbarian. It was a very good fun game.
Okay.
It worked mostly, didn't crash mostly. But the overworld scene was the demo scene from the manufacturer K4 package, top-down something, top-down
Whoa,
fantasy
okay.
environment. And I expanded it. So I didn't, it wasn't just like a, you know,
Drag and drop, yeah.
drag and drop. Yeah. I expanded on it. It was twice or three times the size of the original, but the original core was still there. Because why
Sunny Valley Studio in the chat saying, my biggest mistake trying to do everything myself instead of using assets when making prototypes.
Yeah.
It's so true. I think it removes the writer blocks. You know, when you're like, oh, I'm on a white page, I'm stuck and I don't know what to write.
Yeah.
You start from an asset and then it gives you ideas sometimes.
Yeah.
Or it allows you to maybe start a prototype and then swap your real content that you might have made yourself.
And I think for a lot of people, gray boxing is a skill, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
And kit bashing too. It's
and
not
kit-
easy to kit
absolutely.
bash properly.
And so for me, I like working with attractive, pretty art.
Right.
It makes me more likely to continue, makes me more likely to just push through the problems I'm facing. So if I am using a demo scene from an asset store package, that's going to make me more successful at just figuring out the problems I'm going to face.
I love that.
In that first steps.
So Laurie, I have questions for you. What are some of your current Unite highlights that you might have in mind, wanted to share with the people?
Oh gosh, yeah, there's quite a few actually, because the buzz on the floor this year is phenomenal. The energy.
I can hear it right now from this room. We hear the people yelling and crying. And
No, it's in a whole new level to last year. So
Wow.
we've come through that, and now we're here and we're having a great time again. Meeting the verified solution partners, you have some coming up later. Odin, Animator, and Genies. Spending time with those guys, but seeing the community come together, I think. Yeah,
is the best
everybody
part.
seems so happy and getting to hang out with the colleagues, So.
You mentioned verified solutions. What is it and why do that matter?
They're trusted, high-quality third-party tools, and they undergo deep technical review. So it's more of it's kind of set up, and the tools that you can trust without any risk. I know we're kind of moving into UPM world, so into Packager Manager Publishing world, very, very soon. So there's a lot of safety measures being put in place, and that's how verified solutions kind of finding its place right now in amongst this core standards that we are talking a lot about at Unite this year.
Yeah, which is super important for quality, stability. A lot of people sometimes are telling me, I'm not sure if I want to update to the new Unity version because I'm afraid. And it's like, well, that's why we have the core standards, is to make sure that you have a very stable solution for when you get there.
Exactly. And with verified solutions, it's all about scalability and support. So people who come to the store and are looking for that, they'll get it through verified solutions program or the verified solutions themselves.
Decode HTML on YouTube, which, hey, shout out to him, was there yesterday as well, said, so we don't have to do everything ourselves?
I guess not.
Yeah, that's the beauty of I think the asset store, is that it's there to support the community, not only because it gives you also a way to sometimes monetize your game development journey. It's not just about your game that might have a price point.
Sure.
Maybe your game is free, but you're making so much good content with it that can be reused by other developer. You might put out as an asset.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's one of the things I talk to folks about here. Just right before this, I was talking to a few students who are here, and they said, hey, we want to put stuff on the asset store. Can we make money? And I'm like, well, yes, you can. You could make no money if you choose to. You can put it out for free if you just want to support the community. But the reality is, publishing on the asset store is an amazing way to augment your income. In many cases, create a full-time job.
Yeah. We'll have some guests very soon that will be talking about that.
That makes sense. It's one of those things where, I do believe you have to want to do it. I like with these students, I told them they said, what should we create? And I said, make what you love to do. If you love making art, make the art that you love doing, because if you don't enjoy it, you're not going to keep doing it, right? And then for a lot of the tool developers, and I apologize that my voice has clearly left the building.
It sounds like you had a good time.
I've been having a great time. My voice is out there working the floor right now, I think, somewhere. The tool developers, so many of them, started with a game, and they made tools for that game to help them make their game faster, more efficient, do certain things. Maybe the game didn't work out. I hear that not all games are successful. And sometimes the tools you made for those games are far more valuable. And I believe there was a game called Gooball, I think it was, years ago. These guys, they made this game. It wasn't the most successful, but they made a game engine.
Yeah.
And that is how I relate the Asset Store tool sellers. A lot of the tools that people buy and love on the Asset Store today were actually made for games that didn't become super successful. But the tool itself is viable for so many different projects.
I love that. Yeah. Actually, people in the chat, if you're using any specific asset store regularly that you would like to shout out just to share with the community, I would love to see that. Like, what's your favorite asset store package or tool that you've been using regularly or that been carrying your game development journey? Would love to see that. Laurie, I wanted to ask you, how do verified solutions connect to the asset store?
The asset store continues to be a vibrant marketplace. Offers huge creativity and flexibility. It's I think you can find almost everything on there. So verified solutions complement the asset store by providing enterprise-grade production-ready options, like I mentioned earlier on, and they meet stricter requirements and a higher touch support point. So you'd expect to have your queries answered, your problems answered by the third-party verified solution. So it's more of a business setup. But developers can mix and match, of course. They can explore the asset store for easy add-ons and use verified solutions when support and scalability is non-negotiable. So it's a place for everybody.
It is, yeah. I mean,
enterprise grade as well.
Enterprise
Yes.
grade. Historically, there have been many AAA games that use the asset store. Again, not all of them will talk about it because they're trying to sell their game and they want to tell their story about the game. But I would say, I don't have an exact number, so I'm not going to throw out a percentage. But a lot of the games that you play that were made with Unity, like I said before, they've used the asset store. Now, sometimes it's just for prototyping. And they'll replace things as they go. But every once in a while, you will see, you'll notice a barrel in the background or a tree in the background. Wait a minute, is that from that one package? And oftentimes it is.
I love that. So we have people already answering with some cool assets in the chat. We have Booyah Grandma on Twitch saying Pixel Crusher's dialogue system. Very good one. Rick Jensen 9459 on YouTube saying just brought KWS2 on sale. It's amazing. Sweet.
The water system, I imagine it. The water system.
Yep,
Yeah,
I think that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
one. Krugiza XD, I made my own additive scene loading system, and now my whole company can't live without it. So maybe you could publish that tool one day.
Yes.
Yep,
or,
makes
or make a
sense.
version that you could share that's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
proprietary.
Yeah.
What else? Kenny Assets. Kenny is a great content maker for Unity Assets as well. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what else do you guys want to share before we move on to the next guest?
Well, my
In last minute
my
five.
colleagues back in the office would be very upset with me if I didn't mention our Black Friday sale started
Haha.
Yes.
just 18 hours ago. The time
Oh,
zone
just
said-
yesterday. Okay.
Just yesterday, Black Friday sale. I'm sure
You heard it. The asset store is on Black Friday sales right
yes. It's wonderful, as all of our Black Friday sales
now.
are.
Love it.
So
Let me see if I can put in. What have been your favorite moment from Unite so far?
I'll tell you. So
gosh, so
so
many.
many so many
And
good
in the
moments.
meantime, I'm
but
putting the link to
I
the
will-
Black Friday sale on the
I
chat.
will tell you just what's special about this for the folks who come here is the connections.
Okay.
We have, asset store publishers. I've been working with them for years, seeing their faces for the first time, getting to know more about them, who they are, where they're from, what they like doing, having them over for a coffee, for a happy hour. We had a happy hour.
We
with,
did
with
have it. We
65
should-
publishers.
very
and such.
successful.
It was very fun.
Yes.
All the networking, it sounds very, I don't know, it could sound maybe dry and bland and kind of a canned response, but the reality is the reason why coming to Unite is valuable for our users is that connection. So we've got Code Monkey down at our booth right now talking to fans. He was supposed to be there for an hour. He was there for an hour and 45
enjoying
minutes
himself
before
so
we
much,
left.
yeah.
So he might still be there. We've got Lana Lux coming. We've got Samyam coming. We've got all these publishers doing speaking on the community stage, talking to people at our booth. We've got them interacting with each other. We've got users coming, students coming. That networking is just, and it's a very global thing, is the core of why I love being here and why I'm
Yeah.
glad we're here.
I love that. We have about 2 minutes before our next guest, but I actually want to shout out that T. Jark Dreyer 9783, sorry for misspelling your name, said Odin and Hot Reload are huge helps in his
Yes.
project. Guess what? The next guest is Odin. So it's going to be really cool. You're going to be able
Great
to ask them
segue.
really specific question or maybe just thank them for the work that they do. Someone else said L7 awesome. Someone said Shaun Albright 599. 95% off is crazy. Yeah, I think it starts at up to 95% off for the flash deals. If you go right now on the link we just put on the chat, I'm looking at it right now. There's so many. Fantasy Asian Girls Collection, Cosmo Collection, RPG Creation Kit, 2D Action RPG Engine. All of that is 95% off. I see a bunch of them at 70% off. So thank you again to Laurie and Andrew for doing such a great job over there. 15 years of the asset store.
Yeah.
Hopefully 15 more years.
Yeah, make it
And
45.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Manny.
Have a great rest of your day. So,
You too.
friends, this is Manuel Sainsily, your streaming producer for the day. We're on the second day of the Community Hangout at Unite. And so far, we've done 6 hours of live stream yesterday. I'm still not tired. We're going to continue for the next 4 hours. And we have so many guests coming in. But before we introduce our next guest, I think it's time to hear Jack's voice with a beautiful countdown for the next Survival Kids Code. I promised you we'll have gifts in the chat. So get ready for the next one.
You're putting me on the spot. I wasn't ready for it. All right, Mngr, are you ready to give away a code?
Let's do it.
Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Boom, it's in the chat. Survival Kids. If you don't know what platform to redeem it, just type it on Google. You'll know where it is. This code is for the first person to grab it. So first come, first serve. I promise you there will be one last code before the end of the stream, randomly dropping at some point. So you better stay with us. And what else do we have in the chat? From modding perspective, I find that so many games use at least some version of In Control, Playmaker, FSM, Magica Class. It's incredible. Mithril 2D from Sean Albright as well. I never could get myself to use Odin because I'm so used to the base Unity UI, and when I really need some simple buttons, I just make them myself. Well, maybe Krugiza, we might be able to actually convince you to try Odin, because guess what? I am joined by the team at Odin today. Hello, Bryan. Hello, Andreas. Thank you so much for coming here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
I'm so happy to have you. So, can you introduce yourself? Who are you? Who's Odin?
Well, I'm Andreas. I was previously part of running the Brackies YouTube channel back in the days.
Yes.
Yeah.
Such a great channel.
And then I've been working with a lot of different people throughout the years. And then recently I've become part of the Odin team, which is just fantastic. Fantastic tool.
Love that. What about you, Bryan?
My name is Bryan Mehr. I'm one of the partners at Odin. I've been there for it's almost 8 years now. It's a wonderful company to work at. I'm responsible for like biz dev and sales, and I work with the teams, like our corporate clients, and communicate with them. And yeah, it's a great company to be in. Yeah. We have a great team, that we work with. So
Thank you for being here. And so Odin is one of the assets one of the assets on the asset store that people love the most. Can you tell us a little bit about it? What's the the reason why people should use it? And I think have a video or a couple photos at least that we can be showing. Yeah. If you can put it up, Jack, for us. Awesome.
Give me a second.
1 second, no problem. In the meantime, I'll read some chat answers quickly. Hello from Poland. Hello, Poland. So that's Ziegler Games on Twitch. Nice. Jack, Krugiza said, Jack sounds like games from scratch. What else? We had. Oh, there we go. The Odin video is popping up right now.
Yeah, so this is the Odin trailer. I think the first thing we should probably mention is that we just launched the biggest update that Odin has seen ever since it was first released 8 years ago. We launched that this Monday. It's called Odin 4.0 and features the brand new visual designer, which essentially is gonna completely change the way that you can interact with Odin. Now you don't have to write a single line of, like you can see here, a single line of code. It features a complete drag and drop layouting interface.
Wow.
Yeah, and for those who don't know what Odin is, essentially it makes your workflows inside of Unity a lot easier, a lot faster, and a lot smoother, because you can completely customize the editor to fit your exact needs. So whatever use case you have, no matter what industry you're in, you can actually make the engine adapt to you instead of the other way around. By customizing your inspectors, your editors very easily, and just now with the visual designer in a couple of minutes, creating completely custom tooling for whatever you might need it for in your projects. So,
I love the UI as well. I think that's some of the biggest part for me as a designer that I'm looking at, and it just feels like such a cool tool to play with as well.
Yeah, we're happy to do that.
Oh, that's so sweet. We have Dramolxy on Twitch saying Odin 4.0 is amazing. We got some fans, friends.
Happy to hear it. Thank you. Yeah, the amount of positive feedback we've actually already gotten since we launched on a Monday has just been very overwhelming, and it's so awesome to see that people are already starting to play around with it, and that the vision that we kind of saw behind this, that people are experiencing that as well, and kind of using it the way it was intended, right?
Yeah. What do you want to add to that, Bryan?
I mean, I'm super excited we got this update out. We had it out in time here to be at Unite. It's something we've worked on for a long time. It's a huge update. We've been around as a company for a long time in the asset store, and the fact that, I'll talk about the verified solutions actually. When we got into that enabled us to grow our company basically, right? We were able to hire more people. Andreas is our newest hire. We're so thankful to have him on our team. And so the fact that we're able to still provide like a big update like this, we still have tricks up our sleeve, I guess, right? I'm excited about it. I'm excited to be here, and we're able to show it off. We've had so many opportunities here at Unity. This conference is like, I think Laurie was saying it earlier, just the energy in the room is awesome, and we still have a full day left, and it's it's great. It's just a great week.
As you were showing earlier, the visual designer, someone in the chat, Joxno, said, "Thanks so much for the visual designer. I have 20 plus custom editors, and it has really cleaned up all the backend data objects instead of cluttering them."
Nice. Yeah, that's actually one of the very, very big upgrades with the visual designer, because everything that's done through the visual designer now, in the past you would add all of the attributes to your project's code. You don't need to do that anymore. Every configuration done through the visual designer is now stored in a completely separate human-readable file format. So now you can keep all of your editor tools and configurations completely separate of your project's code.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Glennaru said, "I do love me some Odin. One of the first thing I drop into any new project."
Thank you.
Happy to hear it.
Thank you.
It's good to see the love in the community as well. And we have a full day packed with so many much more content and surprise gets. What are you guys most, I would say, excited about for the future as you continue to grow Odin? Because we're only on 4.0, which feels like a pretty considering, like it's a big update, and that means that there's more to come. Are you continuing to think already about 5.0, or are you just focusing on the current version right now?
It's a good question. We are building a brand new product. That's something that we've been working on for the last almost 3 years. As far as Odin is concerned, this is a major update. We have some plans for some other things. As this new product becomes more mature, we're not exactly sure how, if it's something that will add to Odin, will be, give us more capabilities with Odin. So I don't have a specific thing that we can say. We worked so hard on this big update right now.
And we just launched
it is a significant
Monday,
one.
so.
Another thing too about this update is like now is Odin is like maybe traditionally been more for like an intermediate user or advanced user. I know a lot of beginners will buy it just because they get in the asset store and like it's a popular asset. But now it truly is for like the very beginner level. Like you can really get in there and immediately start working.
So that was one of the focus on this new update, is to make it a bit more beginner friendly as well.
Yeah.
I hate to admit it, but I'm not really good at coding. I can't really code that well.
That's totally
I'm really
fine.
good at
I'm on your
talking
team.
about code and understanding it, but in practice, I got pulled into a project with the visual designer. I mean, they didn't even have to tell me how to use it. It was just, I just started
Intuitive
using it,
interface.
and yeah, exactly, very intuitive.
I think that's the best part, is that when you can welcome people to something complex and it doesn't need a guide on the side to be able to understand it, then that means you did a good job on the UI UX.
Yeah, and if they need a guide, all of the documentation for all attributes and everything is included directly inside of the designer. So we've tried to make it like a one-stop solution, so that you never have to really leave Unity. You can just start using the tool in there and kind of go from there. Yeah.
That's sweet. We have a question in the chat. Feel free to answer if you know the answer. Krugiza XZ is asking, does Odin now use UI Toolkit?
It works with UI Toolkit. It's not integrated with UI Toolkit. We can just reveal a window where you can. So Odin is compatible with it, yes, but it's not integrated with it. It's something we're talking about, something we're thinking about.
A very positive message. Someone saying the thing that people forget is that Odin is a one-time purchase. Is that true?
It is true. When we entered the VS program, we built a new license that enabled us to have a new license, an enterprise license. And when we set that up, we set it up the same as Unity with a rev cap.
Gotcha.
So yes and no. I mean, yes, most of the people like in the store are going to buy it as one-time services forever.
And then the updates are free.
Yeah, and then the enterprise model that we had really enabled us to be a sustainable, viable company to scale into the future and to be building this new product that we're building.
That's inspiring, I think, for asset store creators as well that might be thinking about the future of their tools.
Sure.
As you're starting small, maybe it's just a one-time purchase, and that is dedicated to a certain set of users. And then as you grow, you want to also serve enterprise, of course. course, because
Yes.
it's being used professionally for big games and studios as well.
Yes, and especially if you want to, continue developing your tool and make it even greater. That takes a lot of time, and it takes, a bigger team and stuff like that. So, without kind of going that way, I don't think the visual designer would have, been feasible probably, right?
I like
So,
that.
yeah.
And then Dramoxy continued and said, so the success of other games that are on the enterprise side is what is making Odin free for all of the smaller devs out there. It's a win-win situation.
Well, yeah, we do want to make it free at some point. And it's almost the opposite of what everybody has been doing for the last, 15 years or 10 years or whatever, the freemium model, right? What if we could build an enterprise model and then make it free, like the opposite, right? And it's wonderful. We hope to do that. I hope to have that message soon.
That's awesome. Well, that's what we're aiming for, and I love that. Any other message you would like to share with the community while you're here?
We should probably mention the other thing we've been working on for the past 3 years.
Is it Pangua?
Pangui. Yeah, Pangui.
Oh, Pangui. Is that
Pangui, yeah.
I love the name. That sounds
Yes.
like a little animal. So
Yeah.
cool. Let's talk about it.
It's a brand new UI library.
Okay.
It is going to be completely cross-platform,
Sweet.
language agnostic, and very importantly, it has 0 dependencies at all.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, we are quite confident that it's gonna change how UI is built going forward.
Wow.
Yeah, and very, very performant as well. We've done some benchmarking, and it's looking very.
Do you
very
already
good.
have like an ETA or when people could play with it or demo, or maybe
It's
a small closed alpha or something like that?
Right now, it's a small closed alpha.
Sweet.
We're getting ready to have a larger testing group here, maybe in a month or so, and hope to be in a public beta sometime in the middle of next year.
Nice. Dramoxy that has been sharing also on Twitch is saying, "Oh yeah, their new UI library. I'm excited for that."
Yeah.
That's
we're
sweet.
very excited about that as well. There's been put a lot of effort into it, and we think it's going to go out there and solve, one of the big problems in the software industry, because, the tech stack, it has just become so, tall and cluttered. But what we're kind of trying to solve with that is just removing all of that that unnecessarily overhead, and just have one layer, no dependencies, and you can just interact with that thing without having to be dependent on all of these other libraries and everything, right?
It's funny because people say it has to depend on something. Zero dependencies.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
Some people in the chat, I'm going to answer some comments quickly. The stream audio is out of sync. No, it's not. Everybody else is saying it's not. So
Okay.
I highly recommend, if you have some out of sync moment, just refresh and come back right with us. Thanks, Glenn. We're saying, nope, I have no problem with that. Yesterday, the keynote was out of sync, and we apologize for that. That was not part of the team that's taking care of this live stream. It was a different company, but yeah, that happened. But hey, it happens. Things that are live, sometimes there's technical difficulties. Even when we started earlier, we had to restart the stream. So it happens. That's the beauty of being live. But that also means that you guys are live and that you can ask questions. So while we're still with the Odin team, don't hesitate. If you have a few more questions, I think we have about 2 minutes left with them. Drop them in the chat. Someone else says it will be uploaded on the channel. Yeah, so about the roadmap talk, it's going to be uploaded on the Unity channel soon. We don't have an ETA for that because it was not live stream, so it was not as quick as the keynote being up right there. But we will have the the roadmap talk published on the Unity YouTube channel very soon, I promise. Bryan, any last minute thoughts?
Yeah.
Andreas, any last moment?
I would like to
Anything
say,
you wanna
like, we want to, like, when we made our enterprise model and got in the VS program, we wanted to, like, try to be an example for others. And I just want to put it out there that we want to be helpful. If you want to have questions, if you want to reach out to us directly, we are happy to help and communicate with you. And we have a great, healthy Discord community as
Yeah,
well.
that's
Jump
true.
in there, and we'd love to see you there.
Yeah, and I guess we should mention that as part of, we want to be as helpful as possible. We have a 3-month trial. I think not very many people have that. And it's fully featured and everything. So, I mean, if you want to go try it out, there's no like strings attached, nothing.
One more thing I want to say, education. We have a free educational license, which
Okay.
is a big thing for us. We really enjoy that we get to do that, and it's very easy to set up. So if you're an educational institution, reach out to us. We can get you set up.
Sweet.
Yeah, or just a
So
student.
we have to wrap up sadly, but a bunch of comments dropped in the chat. Where should people ask you this question if they want to follow up with you?
they can contact us through the asset store. They
the
can
asset
get on
store
our
directly?
Discord channel. Probably the Discord channel will
It's
be
the
the
best?
best place.
Yeah, awesome.
And it's a really great, friendly community in there.
Sweet. So thank you to Kekli, Cameron, James, Decode, and Dramulx for your questions. Like you heard it, go on the asset store page for Odin, and you can contact the Sirenix teams and ask them anything you might have. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you
and
very
for your
much.
time.
Thank you for having
Have
us.
a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
And without further ado, we're actually going to switch to our next guest. But just before, just wanted to remind you, this is the day 2 of the Community Hangout. I'm your host, Manuel Sainsily, streaming producer for you. Super excited to be here. We have 5 hours of jam-packed content with surprise guests. It's going to continue like back to back to back to back. So you better stay if you're interested into the asset store for at least the next 30 minutes. That's what we're going to be talking about with a bunch of different asset store developer and publishers. And then right after that, we'll enter one of the coolest moments of the day, which is the Made with Unity segment, with studios coming in, sharing about their games, their developer journey, and a couple of surprises in here and there as well. So thank you for being with us today. Really excited to be able to share this moment with you. And just the marathon of stream. I love being on stream, so being able to do something so long with you all, share the vibe from Unite, and being able to also give you a little bit of goodies is what I love. So thank you so much. I also want to shout out the people in the chat for the comments and the question that they are asking. We have Schwapo7421 on YouTube, Magius100 on YouTube. Thank you for being here with us. And guess what? We have our next guest. Hello. How are you doing? This is our friend. And we're going to be talking about Text Animator with you today. So Federico, can you tell us a little bit more about you?
100%. So I started making games around 10 years ago. They were really bad mobile games. I was just playing around. And while I was discovering my passion for making games, I also understood that I also love to share how to make games. And so I started sharing my own tutorials about how to use Unity, the Unity tips. And they had a lot of traction back then. And that moment, in this moment, I discovered, all right, I can also help people make games, not only make games for myself, for other people. And this is where it started, sharing more tutorials, more tools. And the moment was in 2020 when I shared Text Animator for Unity. And some people, some colleagues and some friends told me, I might use it for my games. Can you put it on the asset store? And they said yes. And since that moment, my life's changed basically, because I was doing things by myself for 10 years. I am from Italy. So in my room, my parents' house, and then I started having all these different people using the tool, and I was able to found my company. I moved out of my room. Now I have to pay rent. I started learning and growing with the tool itself, and since then it has been used in games like Cult of the Lamb, Dredge, so many different developers around the world.
I've been spamming Dredge. I didn't know it was made with Text Animator behind.
It uses Text Animator, and they have been super friendly, even the Cult of the Lamb
cool.
people. And
have you played Dredge? Any of you in the chat? Let us know. If you have, you're using one of these asset store tools.
It is wonderful. And yeah, so it was a moment for me, because when we work and we do things, from our studio, from our office, we do not know their impact that they have until the moment, where we go to conferences, we go to events, and then we meet developers and they say oh yeah, I know, what you have done. Thank you for doing it. I was I'm super happy.
Such a tight community. I love that.
Yeah, and indie developers are super friendly. And so this was the journey until now. Is now the tool is out on since 5 years. Mm-hmm. And what it does, it's super straightforward. If a character says, for example, I am cold, the letter shake to animate and bring emotions to life. And it's really straightforward, really simple to use. It's just a few clicks and it works. And previously it supported only TextMesh Pro. Now it also works with UI Toolkit, because we just launched a new update 2 days ago.
I know, so we're going to talk about that with a video that Jack is going to put out. But just before, I want to shout out a couple comments in the chat. Mm-hmm. We have DramoLXZ on Twitch saying, "Oh, Febucci tools." Yes, that's the name of the company behind Text Animator, which is also the last name of Federico.
It is a mix of everything, because when I started making things by myself, I didn't think about all these things. Yeah. And so I was oh yeah, I use Febucci, and maybe this is the company name. And then I was like, yeah, but like, how do I frame myself? Because people know me as Febucci, but now the Febucci is the entire company. It's a mix of everything. Like, we are all super tight together and super friendly. So, hi, thank you for saying hi.
Love that. We have also a running gag from yesterday with the chat. Every time someone comes in with incredible hair, they say W hair. So you just got a message from Cookies XZ saying W hair for Federico. Then we have, that's what we call the success story from HP Griff on Twitch.
Thank you.
It is a success product. T-Jarg Dreyer 9783 on YouTube saying, I did play Dredge and I use Text Animator myself too in my games. Thank you for using it.
Thank
That's
you
so
so
cool.
much.
Well, let's talk about it. Let's do that video. So Text Animator 3.0 is out.
Yes, since 2 days ago. And it was a big rework. We had not only like the animated part of the text, but we also have the typewriters. So you can show letters, of course, one after another, but you can also make things happen when letters are being shown. And you can also wait for things to happen in your game before showing the next letter. And again, when we work things for our use case, we have, you know, our needs and we have the things that we want to create. But then we discover all the other game developers doing all different things. And one developer, for example, created an entire cutscene system thanks to dialogues and text animator. And it's like, wow. Did something break? Like, is everything okay? But yeah, it was. And so you see here all these wonderful games, and they're just a few among like.
It's great. I've played all these games. I never realized that all of it is powered by your tool. That's so cool.
And this is from Game Maker's Toolkit, for example, and it was super friendly, super nice. Like it's our wonderful community. It's a heartwarming moment for us, and it gives us a lot of energy because again, when we work by yourself, like you do not know, and then you discover these use cases.
Sean Albright 599 on YouTube saying, "What Dredge Text Animator SXD." Yep. I think this is the beauty of the community, like you said. Like, and also, I think the thing that I love the most is it gives a little bit of personality to your game, especially cute games like that have characters. You can tell so much just through text.
Yes.
It doesn't have to have voiceover. It
100%.
doesn't. I mean, it's even cooler if you can add to it. But having like the words that can shake a little bit, or creating waves, or adding colors. It's so cool. So now Text Animator 3.0 is out, people. So give it a try on the Asset Store, and it's support UI Toolkit for Unity 6.3.
Yeah, and it's the same result that you have with TextMesh Pro. They are completely different systems, so there was a lot of work to be done on my side to make sure that people that use TextMesh Pro also have the same results on UI Toolkit. And now you can see, like, you just write in the UI Toolkit box and it just works straight away. And you can also share the settings with TextMesh Pro. So if you have a game that uses both, for the 3D world, for some specific parts of the game, you have the same results with both. There is a custom editor. So this was, for example, with simple tags, you can play FX just once. Okay. You just do wave once and it works once. And we have a super tight integration with the Unity editor itself. We wanted to make sure that like it was a super integrated feel.
I worked on some of this UI. This is so cool. I'm seeing it now for the first time actually in the engine.
Nice. And so you can preview all the custom curves, and you can you have all these little building blocks that you can use however you prefer. And it was a lot of also headaches from my side to make sure that it was super easy for developers, because this is why you get tools as well. Is you want to save time, you want to do something, and we make sure that you have the easiest path possible. And so there are simple APIs. The optimized performance example for there were some developers who were really animating a lot of text. Okay. And it was like 1% of all the use base. But we also went there as well. It was like, all right, if you want to animate a lot of text, we're going to be there for you as well. So yeah, there is a lot of work. And this is an example for the onboarding of the tool. It's just you have a simple example scenes. You just see how everything is set up, and it's just a few components on the scene.
Decoded HTML. W Febucci, W.
Thank you.
Love the love from the community. That's so cool. So what else did you want to share with the community while we have you?
100%. So I think that I want to talk about is when we started making games, we had our own use case. And we were super grateful and super happy for all the experience for the past 5 years, because not only it helped us grow technically and all these different use cases, but we were able to understand all the different needs for all the different companies. So for the indies part, we were able. It was easier for us because we were indie ourselves. and we were able, to give a really great experience. But since then, thanks also to being part of Verified Solution, the text animator for Unity, we are also now able to help enterprises because they have a completely different needs, and maybe they have projects that are 5 years long, and they have really huge teams, and they have completely different needs. And we were able to talk all
and support
take
them.
take care of all the different options, make sure that their onboarding is supported as well. And it takes time. Like for our side, there is no how do you say, like, given solution. We have to make sure that we have to listen to everyone, and it's a lot of work on that. So we are super grateful for the community to make sure that they all give us feedback. And even for the new launch 2 days ago, there was a lot of positive feedback, and it's like, oh yeah, you could do this, and this one, like, this works, and so
that's so cool.
so this is wonderful. Here you can see all the different setup, and it's super straightforward. It's super simple.
I love how it looks friendly as well. Like, it's almost like the tutorial itself to how to use it is the text animator implemented.
Thank you so much. This was a lesson. So yesterday I gave a talk here, a speech on the asset store booth, because there are a lot of other developers as well wanting to make assets, and they do not know where to start. And if I knew back then, all the things that I had to do, all the different
you would have done it
versions,
differently.
I would have panicked. I would have done anything because it is a lot of work. So my goal there, the communication there, is to tell people, like, do not worry too much about it. Have fun, because if you do things, it's because you have fun and you love programming, you love developing things, and grow as the tool grows. So this was also super helpful for us. We wanted to make sure, like, one lesson that we have is that we try to write a super friendly documentation, and it is there. You can see, like, it's docs@febucci.com, and you have all the different documentation. But some people, and me personally, like, I'm the first one, I do not read the documentation. I want just to use the tool right away. And so there was a lot of work to make sure that the tool itself is easy to understand, and there are documentation inside the engine itself. So whatever you're using, if it's in the inspector, and if you see something that you need there, you're going to have there a tooltip that shows you how to use it, and it was a lot of work. And it's not done. Like, we have a lot of new plans as well for that.
Sorry, I'm laughing at the comments. Benoit Reslan on YouTube is like, can we say S up and take my money?
Thank you for all the support. And
there you go. I shared your comment. There you go.
We have a new license as well since 2 days ago.
Okay.
And I can share about that as well, because previously it was per seat. So everyone had to pay per seat, but it didn't help the students much. We didn't help in this. What if you are 20 people team, 20 students coming together, but you don't have funding, you don't have a publisher.
Wow.
And they were out of compliance because, like, this was the previous license. Now with the new one, they pay once independently from the inside.
Oh, okay.
And if they grow, then we grow with them. And I
if
think
not,
this
it's
is
fine.
Otherwise, it's fine, and we are super fine. And if they have any issue of any kind of anything, just write us, as some did, like, previously. It was like, oh yeah, but, like, I already got 1.x. Can I get this one with a discount? I was, oh yeah, of course. Like, I'm gonna help you there. Like, we are super, like, we love the community, and we want to give back as well.
I love that. Thank you so much. Do you have any last message you want to share before we wrap up?
For the people that use the tool, I would love, first of all, thank you so much. And the second thing is, please keep sharing what you do, because it gives us a lot of energy. There are a few moments in the year where we go to events. And so when we go to events, we see all of, like, the different developers saying hi and saying thanks and showcasing their games. But otherwise, like, if you have something to share and if you just want to pop by, like, please do, because it helps us, like, asset store developers, like, a lot. It really gives us a lot of energy. And on the other side, like, we even had some outside of gaming or outside of commercial indie games stories as well that were really heartwarming. There was a mother, for example, who shared with us that their son was born earlier that year.
Okay.
And they made a demo, a game jam, for the son who was
to be able to play when he grew up.
Using text animator, just showcasing, like, words, colored words.
That's so cool.
That's like these things you cannot plan for.
Like, feels good story.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't not, make this asset in particular because this could happen. It's something that just stumbled upon.
Yeah, and so this is why the feedback of, like, keep sharing your story, because everyone matters and everything matters, and it helps us a lot. And for the asset store developers on the other side, do not be scared too much about all the different Unity versions, the maintenance, everything else. You will grow as the tool grows, and you will you will learn, like, when
it's about the journey and not about the destination.
Yeah. There is a lot of room of improvement anytime. So
love
just
that. We have one question before I let you go from Thinal Warnasuria B2O3P on YouTube. Can we use our own custom curves for animations?
100%. Yeah.
Sweet.
So everything that you see in Text Animator, you have the built-in effects and you have the built-in typewriters, the built-in curves, and you can use that. But you can also use your own ones, either from code or from the inspector. Everything is, you can change that from the inspector.
That's like
and
one of
so
the
you
coolest
have
tools in the
custom
world.
curves, animation curves, and you can play with it a lot. So yeah,
I
you can
love
customize everything, yes.
Federico, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to have you here
Thank you so
on the
much.
show. And I hope you have a great rest of your Unite and hope to see you every year, every time that you come in.
It was a great event. So
It's amazing to have you.
Thank you so
And
much. for
looks
having
like the community really appreciate your tool.
Thank you.
We need more Federico in our community, says tjark.ray9783 on YouTube.
me. Thank you so much.
Now you can go and have a great
I will
day.
blush. So
Okay, leave. You
Thank you
guys,
so much.
we have so much more guests coming in. Right after that, we're going to continue with the last segment of the asset store before we move on to Made with Unity. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being kind in the comments. We had 97% positivity yesterday. I think it's a record of positivity. Usually you get so many trolls on YouTube and Twitch. And you know, the company is doing their best to serve developers. Not every move and everything that we do is appreciated, and that's understandable. My goal personally is to relay your feedback to our team, be there with you, share the good news from Unite this year, and continue to, you know, work with you guys and like grow Unity and the Unity community. And I'm really, really happy to be spending this day with you. And we're really soon going to transition to our next segment. Just before I do that, let me see if there is any comment in the chat we didn't answer. No. Oh, Shona saying thank you. Well, thank you. Thank you. But guess what? I'm joined right now by Domingo. How are you doing, my friend?
Doing pretty good. How's it going, Manu?
I'm happy to be here because we actually know each other.
Yeah, long time. I mean,
long time friends.
I worked at Unity 4 years back in the day, so.
Yep. So happy to have you here. But here, you're not here for Unity. You're here for Genies.
Yeah, it's very exciting. We actually just released our SDK on the asset store the last week or so.
Sweet.
So I've been meeting a bunch of Unity developers and talking to a bunch of people about the tools that we're releasing, getting them really interested about the avatar technology that we've been building. We've been doing this since 2017 or so.
Yep.
And so especially with the 3D avatars that we've been building, it's just been really exciting to do like demos. I have like a session later down at the community stage and just kind of showing everybody what we're doing and getting them really excited about it. So
I love that. We get others W for your hair.
thank you.
It looks like we only have great guests today. Kyle, I wanted to ask you, actually, fun fact before that, I actually knew Genies before I joined Unity.
Yeah.
I think the whole 2021, the early days of like making avatars online and things like that, I was actually investing a lot in the company. I was like, whoa, that looks like the future, especially with the metaverse conversation at the time. And so it's cool to see how that partnership evolved, and now that we can actually work together for serving the community. So, do you have anything that you would like to share before we get started?
Yeah, it's
Maybe
been
about your personal journey or
yeah.
anything?
I mean, it's been very exciting, especially, you know, jumping over from Unity now to an actual asset store publisher, where we're creating all of these tools and really trying to make things a lot more efficient and easier for developers, right? We've been building this 3D avatar technology over the last 5 years or so, when we were originally making all of these characters and models for celebrities and stuff like that. And so that's actually where a lot of the foundation of our art style came from, was trying to make characters and avatars that were very resonant with like younger audiences and younger players and stuff. And so particularly with the avatar system, it's like we get a lot of feedback whenever we're like testing even some of our own stuff with some like younger players, and it's very engaging for them. One of the cool things that I think is like really fun and exciting is like we have this whole avatar editor system where you can actually see how you can really customize all the way from the clothing to down to like body elements, face shapes, and things like that. Really like make your own personal character, which, you know, for a player is like super, super important, right? Especially nowadays, it's like you see all these
Customization
games.
is so important.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like you see like skins and clothing and all these different kind of games and environments and stuff like that.
This is like sometimes a time capsule for me. Like I download some games and then I spend 90% of my time just stuck on the avatar creation.
Yeah.
I want to get it right.
Yeah.
And sometimes the game itself is not as crazy as the customization you get, but it's still cool to be able to have all this customization.
Yeah, no, it makes it very fun. I mean, it's like every single day I come up with a new outfit. I literally, like, when I was doing a demo yesterday, I had one outfit and then I turned into like a cowboy, and I don't know what people are going to ask for today. So it makes it really cool. But this is actually some of the more fun stuff too, is being able to actually create your own NPCs.
Okay.
All of this is streamed from our services. So all of these characters, you just create a definition, and then you can just load them into your game. So you don't even need to like make your own NPCs that look like the characters if you wanted to. So it makes it super, super easy to just get this all set up and just have like functioning NPCs. You just throw in an animator in there, and then you can have them do whatever you want. So
Sweet. W hair comment again from Shawnell Brights
Thank you, yeah.
599.
I actually got it stylized from the avatar editor. This actually is one of my
Actually,
favorite
this is not
features.
called. This is his avatar joining us.
Yeah. It's just really high res.
They're asking, is it a rigged model?
Oh, that's a really good question, actually. So this whole process that's actually being shown on screen here, we have our own auto rigging and auto fitting process. So what we do is, with like some of these original characters, we threw it into our pipeline where it does all of the rigging for you. So you don't have to worry about that, because the actual use case for that is the clothing that you just saw. So that vest, I believe, or shirt, I don't remember what it was, that got uploaded was actually just a 3D model, and then you throw it into our pipeline, and it automatically rigs onto the character to move with their body, and it fits onto like all of the different body shapes that we have. So it makes it super flexible. It's like one of like, maybe my favorite part of the SDK is like you can make your own t-shirt or make like knight armor. I have no idea, whatever kind of style of your game, right? Those assets live on the player's inventory for their account. So wherever they log into their avatar for any game,
they will keep the consistency of what they built so much time, spending time doing.
And you as a creator now have a place where your assets continue to live on. And so if you're playing a multiplayer game, I don't know, you see somebody with cool knight armor, you're like, where did you get that from?
That's so cool. Oh, we got a red incoming from Dev Madsi. Hello, thank you so much. I appreciate that. All of the good friends coming in. Are you planning? Oh, sorry, I missed the message. I have one question. Is it free or is it paid?
That's a really good question. It is free on the asset store right now. So if you just type in Genies Avatar SDK, you'll be able to find it. You can download it.
Guys, did you hear that? I'm actually going to try to find the link right now to get it myself.
Yeah. Fun fact, if you remember, if anybody saw the keynote yesterday and saw the core standards announcement, so actually we were one of the first partners that went through that process with the asset store. It's pretty cool because traditionally, as a Unity developer, right, when you're uploading assets to the asset store, they're .unity packages, right? And so our SDK is quite large. I think if we deliver that as a Unity package, it'd probably like 2 to 3 gigs.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so with the new core standard system, we can have all our dependencies just listed on a server. So when you are pulling down the asset packages, it's just pulling down our actual packages and saving you time from having to download a massive file, essentially.
That makes sense.
Really cool system.
I love that. Yep, Shalom Abroad, you got it right. Genie's Avatar SDK is now free on the asset store. I just put the link in the chat, so you guys make sure you get a chance to click on it, download it. There's 3 packages to add to your assets with the big blue button. You cannot miss it. It's free today. Let me see. Is there a way to get a 3D rigged model for use? I would love the customization option, but full control of every bone for physics or custom animation. Question from Krugiza XD on YouTube.
That's a good question. That's something that we're looking into right now. So actually, as part of the plan, this SDK came hot off the press, literally in the last week.
By the way, congratulations for getting it out there on time for you. That must have been a lot of pressure.
That was a lot of work. Shout out to my engineers. None of them are awake right now because I am based out of LA, so it's like 3 in the morning.
Are you okay?
Oh, I'm great. Yesterday, you should have seen me. I woke up at 3 a.m. and I had to do a demo, and I was like, oh, man.
Oh, my God. By the way, Kali is an amazing advocate as well. He's been like giving great talks. I mean, you're seeing it right now. He's more awake than me.
The espresso really helps.
I love that.
But with the, what was the question again?
Sorry. Krugizai is saying, so there's no way of getting the 3D rigged models for use. I would love the customization option, but full control of every bone for physics or custom animations.
Yes. So that's actually on the list of features that we're looking into at the moment. So this SDK came out of the press, very much a version 1. And over the next, especially before the end of the year, we want to try to get at least 2 updates to the SDK, just because we know from our own team that there are different components that we want to fix or features that we want to add in. And so that's actually one of the things that we're looking at, because, you know, it is a use case for people where it's like they want to be able to pull down their avatar and be able to make adjustments to it, right? It's like, obviously our system is as good as a one-size-fits-all as it can be, but, you know, at the end of the day, if you're a developer, exactly, if there's a specific thing you're trying to do, then you want to be able to control it, right? And so that is on the list of features. So very good question.
That's so nice. Hey, Mr. Cassidy Art, shout out from Cali, Central Valley.
How are you awake right now?
that was my next question. How are you awake? Thank you so much for the community that are waking up early from the West Coast to showing us. But you also have people from India, Slovakia, South Africa. The whole world is watching us. Carl, thank you so much for being with us. Do you have any other message for the community that you want to share? Is there any plans for 2026, for example?
Very good question. Actually, so our partnership with Unity is pretty expansive. We're actually looking into quite a couple of things coming up over the next few months. And so, like at GDC, one of the things we're looking at is doing like content creation where you can just generate any kind of custom avatar. It can be whatever you want.
Okay.
Being able to upload that into our pipeline, and then that can be a rigged character that you can just use and spawn into your game.
Right.
And so, especially with a lot of those clothing and refitting things that we're doing, it makes it really powerful, right? Because you could have like, I don't know, a gigantic ogre or something like that, and somehow the clothes will still fit. I've seen it. I have a video. Yeah, it's quite impressive. But then also beyond that, one of like the really big pie in the sky things that we're doing, which is really cool, is particularly stems a lot from the work that we've been doing with like brands and celebrities, where some of these folks really want to have their digital identity, like their character, to emulate them as much as possible, right? So we're actually doing quite a lot of work to make what we call like AI-powered smart avatars at the moment. That's just a pending name. But essentially it's like, at the moment, the tools that we have, I can create like a whole brain for a character. So I made like a barkeeper or something like that.
Oh, so cool. Okay.
Literally like created a whole background and lore, had to understand like some of the elements of where it is in my game. And then I put them inside of a scene and like I'm talking to them and they're actually providing responses that I've created for like quests and things like that, right? So it has a lot of improvisation, but the ideal world is like I could take a character that we put up on the asset store, pull down the prefab, throw it into my game, and it has context on like whatever it needs to do within at least the space. I'd still have to set up the brain, but at least it can still function.
It's like its backstory almost.
Yeah, because like I'm an engineer. I'm a terrible designer, really bad at art. I will be the first to admit that. And so to create like a whole like character narration system or storyline or whatever is not my wheelhouse. Yeah. And so being able to do that, just like feed it information on like you're a barkeeper in this corner of town or whatever like that, and it being able to just do it without me having to manage it at all is pretty incredible. So that's what we're looking at towards the first half of the year.
I love that. People from Denmark joining in, people from Poland joining in. We have Benoît Freslon saying France, baguette, croissant.
Bonjour.
Je suis français, bonjour, Marc. Hello, Benoît. That's so cool. Any last words before we let you go?
That's a good question. I mean, I think a lot of the announcements from this week have been super cool. If you have not seen the keynote, pretty big things that have happened that I would never have imagined would have happened. But pretty cool for us overall as well, right? It's like, especially we want to make these avatar systems super, super valuable for developers, create ways that you can engage players outside of your own game, and even like create opportunities where you can like monetize a lot of this stuff, right? Being able to just pull in this avatar system and avatar editor, but then being able to not just like gift people a medieval costume, right? But you could create like a new skin, I know, a holiday skin, and you could like sell it to people in game just through your own like monetization systems or whatever it may be. Creates this like really unique opportunity for developers where they can kind of take advantage of what you're seeing with a lot of these character and avatar creation systems to be able to like really customize them and have players gravitate towards whatever they want. So
I love that. Carl, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Manu.
It was amazing to have you.
Yeah.
And I hope that you continue to have great success and Genies as well. And we're excited for the future of customization, avatars with Unity. And I think, especially nowadays with all of the great games coming in, like it's the perfect application for this. You heard it. The link is in the chat. It's free right now on the Asset Store. Don't miss out. And we're going to transition very soon to our next guest. Carl, have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Manu. It was very fun being here, and I'll see y'all on the internet.
My pleasure. People, we asked earlier in the chat, where are you joining us from? I would love to see some of your location in the chat, so let us know. I see people from Poland, Primu SO here from India. Who else? Sean again saying W hair call, so you heard it. Hello from France, Idrian, salut, salut, ça fait plaisir. Greeting from Vienna, Austria, that's Glenn Heroux. Thank you from Sean Albright, 599 again. HP Griff, France X2. A lot of French people. I feel at home now. Maybe I should get a little baguette or something. UK with Pedro. So cool. So again, my name is Manuel Sainsily. I'm your streaming producer for the day. You guys are watching the second day of the Community Hangout. Yesterday, we did more than 5 hours of live stream following the keynote, which was amazing. I had such a good time with the team. And today, we're doing it all over again. So I'm actually joined by a lot of surprise guests today. And before we move to the next segment, I just want to remind you, let's be kind in the chat. I'm reading everything. If I'm not answering your question, it's probably because I don't know the answer. But we have the discussions forum, so I'm just going to drop the link here. If you have a really urgent question and you want to know, go to discussions.unity.com. There you go, typed it. This is the best place to have answer on any subject, especially technical one. I'm a designer. I might not have the answer for you. I'm sorry about that. But yeah. Oh, people from Denmark. Hello, Lomania. Peterburg. Surge8419 on Twitch. Ukraine with 10x Dev. Who else? Nepal with I Am Samundra. And then Mr. Cassidy Art saying, I watched day one. Whoa, lots of cool stuff. Yeah, I'm so happy. And we're redoing all over again. Like Sean said, 5 more hours today. But we're going to move to the next segment right now. After the asset store, now we're moving into Made with Unity. And I'm actually joined on stage by Alyssa from Akupara Studio. I'm so happy to see you. Hello.
Hi, Manu. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm so excited to be talking about your game today. Your game is...
we're a publisher, so we got lots of games.
Exactly. So what would you like to start with? Actually, maybe introduce yourself to the community.
Yeah, my name is Alyssa Kollgaard. I'm the CEO of Akupara Games. We're a mid-sized indie publisher, and mostly Unity. I'd say about 2/3 of our games are made in Unity.
Wow. Yeah. So how many games have you made so far with Unity?
We've published 35 games over 9 years. Next year will be our 10th year anniversary. I don't know how many of those are Unity.
God,
quite a lot
cool.
of them, though. And we've got 4 upcoming in 2026. So.
What are you the most excited about at the Unite conference this year?
Yeah, for me personally, I was very excited about the platform toolkit announcement because as a publisher, we interface with Unity a little bit differently than like a developer where we do code development and we do development, but most of our bread and butter is porting to console, other PC platforms and mobile, and we actually have a custom solution toolkit that we've built that I think is going to accomplish what a lot of the platform toolkit will do natively. So that announcement was like, ooh, that's going to save me months and months and months of production
that's so
time.
cool. Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh, we got Egypt Cairo, the Moody from Moody Designs Metaverse joining us. Hello, my friends. We're joined here again by Alyssa from Akupara Studios. We're going to be talking about the games that they are publishing and their story as a developer. Actually, can you maybe describe your studio's focus right now? Like, what has been the current focus for you?
Yeah, so our focus, we're actually working with Made with Unity to do the first Steam sale for the Unity Awards in a couple weeks, which is exciting. And that'll be on GOG and Humble as well. But as a studio, our focus is really just like finding cool, interesting, niche, quirky games and then helping bring them to market, get more visibility on them, bring them to new platforms, bring them to new languages, new regions, just make sure as many people get the chance to experience these games as possible. And
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a video popping in. What are we looking at right now?
Yeah, this one is Estrella. So this launched, I want to say 2 or 3 years ago. It's a Unity project from Little Leo Games. They're based in Brazil. It's a dice-based deck builder roguelike with really cool fantasy designs, quite well received. It's a cool game.
The animations are also pretty sweet there. Yeah. So cool. A couple comments in the chat. We got T-Jog Dreyer joining us from Germany. Hello. All these devs and engineers are so dang smart. From Mr. Cassidy Art. Sean Albright saying 5 more hours of stream. Yes, we're doing it. Dover and Santos, I'm watching and develop my game at the same time on Unity. That's so cool. So I'm kind of like your lone girls on Instagram. It's like the YouTube girl, you know, like the one that's like with the coffee and the cat. So that's what we are right now, just on the side, so you can develop at the same time. What else do we have? Join. Yeah, platform toolkit sounds so cool. Yep, we had James Stone yesterday, I think, talking about it for a good 35 minutes. And there's a specific platform talk that I think happened that will be also uploaded on YouTube. What else do we have as question? 9-10 year. Hello, friends. That's the Bull. Hello, the Bull. The Bull has been following our YouTube live stream. I think every single one of them is always in the chat. It's always a pleasure to have him. Hello, friend. Cool. Let's move on to my next question for you, Alyssa. What recent lessons are shaping your next projects?
It's a good question. Yeah, I think just finding cool games that resonate with people, and making sure that like you're trying to get as much visibility on these interesting projects as possible. Like, we're not looking out there for the next smash hit all the time. A lot of times there's these games that are made with a really small team or maybe a solo developer, that we still sign these projects as publisher, get them on as many platforms as possible, and as long as they're well received, they're rated well, there's like a lot of opportunities. I think people are maybe aiming a little bit too high sometimes, and they should be really happy with some of the success. As long as you build a community, you build a good game, you just keep building a career, continuing to leverage and build on top of that. Like there's so many cool and interesting games out there.
I love that.
And it's very niche. Like finding the right audience for the games that you're making is really kind of
fulfilling.
it's like fulfilling, and it's important.
I think that's the main reason. I think out of any industry that I'm aware of, gaming is special because it starts with that.
Yeah.
Versus everything, and maybe you're doing it for the money, maybe you're doing it for ego or growing, and maybe some game creators do it for the same reason, but there's always this desire of doing something you're passionate about for the community, and when it actually is successful, it feels so good. We have this running gag where people are just sending W's, which is like win, whenever they see something cool on every one of our guests. Well, like W tattoo on Alyssa.
Thank you.
Yep, people love your tats. What else? Magnifying glass. I'm new with game dev, trying as much as I can, learning and doing. Something I wish I have someone whom I can go and ask rather than Googling Google. Yes, Preem Well, we have the Learn platform. If you're interested, go on learn.unity.com. I'm putting it in the chat right now. It's probably one of the best places to get started. If not, just go on YouTube. We have so many content creators making amazing YouTube videos and sharing. So yeah. Glenn Rue saying from Twitch, Akupara publishes some of the most beautiful games ever. I love how they are able to find those unique styles. Also, W hair. That's so cool. What challenges do you currently have?
Yeah, I think a lot of challenges isn't so much for us on the publishing side, but on the developer side, just finding that initial capital so that they can build out something that at least relays what the end goal is supposed to be. Just finding that financing either through publishers, doesn't have to be through publishers or funds or grants, or sweat equity or whatever the case may be, is one of the biggest challenges that I'm seeing with developers. Is they've got a great idea, they've got a great team, but actually being able to sustain themselves to living standards, is a lot of the money has just become hard to find recently. And there's a lot of great games that I feel like don't make it. They don't make it all the way there just because there's this lack of trust and buy-in to entertainment and arts right now, in general terms.
I agree. I feel like this is a tough time for the market, and I think that's why also the engines are trying to find new ways to support developers, because we all want to make it. Like, without the game developers, there's no Unity, and so
yeah, absolutely.
Same for Akupara Studios. Without your players, there's no one. So it's like the beauty of, you know, how can we help each other? How can we find ways to support those great games that, if not, don't have the chance to exist? Can we show a couple more videos, maybe, Jack? I would love to see from the drive. Oh, I know this one.
Oh, yeah. So this one is called Dead Pets, and this one we are actually developing the original developer Triple Topping Games. They closed down, and we loved the game, and we loved the team who originally built it. So we are finishing it out. It was paused for 2 or 3 years, but we are working now to make sure that their vision gets fulfilled and that it actually gets to see an audience. So really exciting, because this is one of those games that maybe would never have made it out there, and now we actually get a chance to make sure that
it looks like it's you have to like kind of be on music beat to be able to evolve in the game.
It's got rhythm elements, it's got story elements, it's got a lot of mini games. It's very punk rock, very feminist. A Scandinavian team originally.
Samta Gamer on YouTube is asking, any tips for students maybe looking to get into the field?
Ooh, that's a tough question. I think a lot of people will say, you know, game jams or small projects where you can publish something yourself. Just like find a team and take a thing from idea to execution and actual deployment. If you can show that you have the ability to, even if it's something really small and you release it on a smaller storefront, just showing that you can finish a thing and work with a team in the real world goes a really long way when you're putting things on resumes. But it's really kind of tough for a junior. Go to as many networking opportunities as possible, make connections. A lot of the actual jobs come from recommendations. So make sure you ask questions, you talk to people who are already in the industry. If you've got local mixers or networking events, those are always really, really valuable. Connect with people on LinkedIn that are working in places that you would like to be. There's lots of really good Discord communities as well. I mean, games industry is very collaborative, and we all want to support each other. So just find some inroads with people who are doing what you want to do and connect to them.
I love that. Tina Warnar Surya on YouTube. Can you ask what was her best creation out of all?
Well, I'm a producer and I work in publishing mostly, so I don't want to take credit for any of the creations, but some of my favorite projects that I've gotten the chance to work on, Grime was a Unity project, and they've got a sequel coming out. It's a beautiful, beautiful Souls-like Metroidvania with like really grotesque elements in the game. It was gorgeous. This one, Echo Weaver, is another one of my favorite upcoming projects. So this is another.
So that one is not out yet.
This one is not out yet.
Oh, I love
they hate the term,
there.
but it's a Metroidvania, knowledge-gated Metroidvania platformer with like time loop elements. It's very, very cool.
Whoa.
So this is one that I advocated for signing really hard because
that CRT cat thing hologram was amazing.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Pizza Cat.
Another question from iJoyan on Twitch. What are you looking for when considering publishing a game? Quality, idea, developer background?
We have a pretty complicated signing and scouting process. So the thing that we look for is partnership fit more than anything. So that's everything from, do they share our values and goals? Are they making a project that kind of fits our pillars? Is it narrative? Is it really gameplay focused? We're kind of genre agnostic. We sign a lot of everything. But if it's somebody who we believe in as a developer, if it's somebody who we believe has a strong vision, is doing something innovative and different and interesting in a game, and then of course if it fits in like our timeline and budget expectations, and we have the resources to accommodate it, and our team excitement is actually the number one indicator of whether we'll sign a game or not. Everyone at our company is involved in the scouting process. We want to make sure that we're a good partner fit, that we have the right services, skill set that the developer is looking for as well.
I love that. What is the game we're looking at right now?
This is Future Vibe Check, and this is a solo developer. It's his first
solo developer,
first debut game. It is
first debut game.
First debut game. He does come from tech though, and it is a node-based automation game. But instead of it being like factory-based, you're actually building music, and it makes procedurally generated music with the structures you're building within the game. It's quite incredible.
Wow. So cool. It's already on Steam?
That one is also upcoming.
Upcoming, okay.
This one is out on Steam. This one is called Sorry We're Closed. It is a very queer survival horror game. Another first-time development team. So you can make some cool stuff in Unity even if you've never made anything before. And here's a bunch of proof. So this was a two-person team. We did a little bit of co-development on it, but...
So your studio also help on the development side?
We do help on the development side. We have engineers, designers, artists. We handle almost all the porting in-house though.
Love that. We got some more question in the chat. Thank you for the detailed answer from iJoyan. Yeah, but that's what we're here.
Welcome.
RC is amazing. That's from Sean Albright. Really cool. Oh, I love the art style here. I don't know if it's done on purpose, but it feels like there's almost a consistency also in the game that you publish. Is that on purpose? Do you try to kind of maintain a certain aesthetic, or not really?
We have preferences, but I would say just unique and interesting is the through line. So if it's something different, then it's got a physical version out as well. Yeah, we're open to anything, but we like really strong narratives. We like strong characters. We like kind of marginalized viewpoints where we get the chance to kind of shine a light on some stories and viewpoints that otherwise wouldn't get the time of day.
Wouldn't have the chance to be position. Yeah, I love that. That's actually a very cool value to have. Amazing. Any other last message you would like to share with the team before we wrap up?
Yeah, so if anyone is interested in learning more about publishing, I'm always happy to be available online. I don't think everyone needs a publisher, but if you want to know what that might look like for you as a developer, feel free to reach out. I hope you all also join in on the Steam sale so that we could keep doing more of them in the future. We want to make sure that you get the chance to see a lot of cool kind of hidden gems and some of the award winners as part of that as well.
Love that.
Yeah.
I know people have more questions. Where should they go if they want to follow up with you?
You can add me on LinkedIn. I am on all social platforms.
Sweet.
I'm pretty easy to find if you Google my name. It's a unique name.
Amazing.
Or also follow Akupara Games, of course.
So we get Alyssa's name right there. Make sure to type it out on LinkedIn, add her. And thank you so much for all the questions in the chat. That was awesome. Alyssa, thank you so much for your time as well.
Thank
was
you for
amazing
having
to
me.
have you. Yeah, anytime again. We're doing live streams in the future. If there's games that are out that you would like to showcase, or if we can make maybe Made with Unity segment, I'd love to have you again.
Awesome. One more thing, if I can, is to use the Made with Unity team. Leverage them. If you're a developer, they want to shine a spotlight on all the games that are being made in the toolkit. They're very collaborative and helpful, so always feel free to reach out to the Made with Unity team. They're there to support you.
So cool. Well, 2 more comments I will read for you. Chris Lagos 44 on YouTube saying, been developing Java-based games on Android Studio for years as a solo dev. What would be the minimum for a publisher to consider a game for, say, a solo dev? Well, I guess that's related to that. And then Krugiza saying there's a small indie studio in Croatia making an interesting game called Dark Queen of Maribor. And it reminds me of all of the games that I've seen here. W for the Akupara Studios team from Decode HTML, and more W from Sean. Alyssa, thank you so much.
Thank
It was
you.
amazing to have you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Have a great rest of your night.
You also.
As well. And Sean again, Akupara Studio W. Woo! My friends, it's not the end. We have so much more things coming. And my next guest is actually another Made with Unity developer. And we're going to continue to shout out all of the great games that are being made with the platform. So stay with us. I still have one more survival kids code that I will share later today in the chat. So you better stay on the live. If you're just joining us right now, my name is Manuel Sainsily. I'm your streaming producer for the day. We have a jam-packed agenda for the day 2 of the Community Hangout. But if you want to see what happened yesterday, the keynote and the Community Hangout day 1 are already on the YouTube as a VOD. You can watch it all. But stay with us. It's better to be here. And then you can watch the whole thing on the playlist. The roadmap talk, I promise, will be updated and uploaded on YouTube as soon as possible. The team is working around the clock for that, so don't worry about it. But right now, I'm actually joined by my friend David. Hello, David. How are you doing? David works at Neoludic Games. And I wanted to ask you to introduce yourself to the community.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm David. I'm a game designer and developer at Neoludic Games. You might know our game, Tiny Bookshop, that we've recently released.
Tiny Bookshop. Yes, yes, yes. Super excited to have you on the show with us. Let me see. People in the chat. Nope, no question for now. Perfect. So can you explain to us what is Tiny Bookshop about? And maybe if you have a video, we can play it. Let's see.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Okay,
Doc said
until
it's
then,
coming.
I'm going to describe it. In Tiny Bookshop, you leave everything behind and you open the Tiny Bookshop by the sea in a small coastal town. You buy and sell used books, and it's in a tiny house wagon sort of thing.
Okay.
So you can set up shop at different locations. And really, it's meant to be a sort of utopic daydream in a way, where you just chill, relax, and live your dream life as a second-hand
It
bookseller.
looks really cozy. The Bull said, hello, welcome, David. Thank you, The Bull. I love the art style as well.
Yeah,
Really beautiful.
we had one artist on the team, and we had to make sure to use
One
the
artist?
Yeah,
That's
but he's
insane.
a fantastic artist.
So even
originally,
the visual in the UI and menus and so on?
Yeah.
Everything?
Yeah.
Wow. See, people, I don't know if that's not inspiring to you, but that makes me want to go back and make games again. The fact that this can be done by just one artist is insane. How big is your studio? How big is your team working on this?
So we were 4 developers.
4 devs? Okay.
But now we're a team of 7 because we hired a community manager, someone to help us with porting, and a QA tester. So we're like now becoming a bigger
You're
studio.
growing,
sort of,
yeah. Where are you based?
In Cologne, Germany.
Ah, so cool. Well, that's where Gamescom happened, no?
Yeah, it's
I
a
missed it
bike
this
ride
year.
to Gamescom. It's really relaxed for us.
Were you able to showcase the game during Gamescom?
It's really lovely at Gamescom. The first time we were going, we weren't sure if people at Gamescom would pick up like a cozy, relaxed game, but we had a queue in front of our booth. And I think that's the first time like publishers also came to our game and were like, oh, something's going on here, they're cooking.
We got a couple of comments in the chat. The Bull said, it's so teeny that I can't even see it. Prime USO said, it looks so beautiful. The Bull said, really great art style. Yeah, looks like people
Thank
are
you.
really loving it. So it launched on August 7 this year.
Yeah.
How it has been as a journey for you from the beginning to the launch to now. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so Tiny Bookshop started for me when I saw a small bookshop in Christchurch, New Zealand. And I saw the bookshop in 2019 and I was like, I am going to stop being a game dev. I'm going to open my own tiny bookshop. That's it. But I'm not from New Zealand and I couldn't start right away. So instead I ended up making a card game prototype to sort of live out that fantasy myself. And I took that home with me and then tested it over the Christmas holiday on my family. And they seemed really hooked by the idea. So I kept tinkering on the card game and sort of like started digitizing it. And then in 2021, my co-founder and the artist of Tiny Bookshop and I came together and decided to make Tiny Bookshop as a bachelor thesis project.
Okay.
And we really liked what we made. We decided let's build a company. Let's do this professionally. We did some client work first, so we did contract work for museums and schools, and then we had enough money to get a government grant to help us make the game into a vertical slice. We took that. We tried to get a publisher. It took us over a year to get a publisher, but we found a publisher and we were able to produce the game fully. So when the game released on the 7th of August, there had been like 6 years I had been carrying my little baby with me. And all of a sudden it's out there, other people play it, other people have thoughts and opinions. Luckily they liked it for the most part.
Yeah.
So that made me really happy, but in that moment I was so stressed and so worried, and I thought, naively maybe, okay, we release the game, then I can take a break. But no, you release the game and then you have to do the patches, the bug fixes, you have to respond to the community.
Yeah.
So that was a really stressful time for me.
Wow. Are you more in the calm time right now, or are you still tapping into that moment?
I'd say it's calming down now a little bit. Like I had time to take a vacation. It's getting better now.
Hello, Really Stupid on YouTube saying, hello, how are you all doing? We're doing great. I'm so happy to see you. We're here for the rest of the second day of the Community Hangout. We have a full day of content, and we're here with David from Tiny Bookshops, actually showcasing the game. Tiny Bookshelf, sorry.
Tiny Bookshop.
What games inspired you? That's a question from Jack.
So for me, the type of games that I play aren't necessarily the types of games I make. But one game that really inspires me, just from a design philosophy, are the old Pokemon games, actually.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wanted to also ask you, you mentioned vertical slice earlier, so that means that the game had like a bit more of a concept, but you had to focus on the particular aspect of it. Is that normal in the publishing kind of journey? Can you share about that?
Essentially, with a vertical slice, you want to prove that you can make this game at a quality and sort of test the production process as well. So you're taking 10, 15 minutes from the final game and say, this is the level of quality we want to reach and the gameplay that you can expect in that quality level.
Well,
so it's different from a prototype, because a prototype can test different things, right? You can test the design, you can test the tech of it, but a vertical slice has to feel like a finished game, which can also then be a little confusing, because you show it to publishers and investors and you're like, here, this is the vertical slice. And then they ask you, okay, why do you need so much money? The game is done already, isn't it? But it's pretty industry standard to make a vertical slice.
Love that. What are your plans with the new studio for the future? Do you stick to cozy games or not? Question from Dev Madzi on Twitch.
Oh, that's a great question. So for me, Tiny Bookshop wasn't really a cozy game. Like, of course, it is a cozy game, but when we started making it, that wasn't the term yet. And I think it's nice that it ended up being a cozy game. I don't think it's necessary that the next game will be a cozy game as well. So for me, I always follow like an interesting fantasy. And I like to make like non-violent games or games that explore like different other parts of the human existence, right? So I'll follow that, but we'll see. Who knows?
wherever the wind takes you.
Yeah.
I like that. Question from Ethereal Regions on YouTube. So this game will be perfect to promote real books.
Yeah, we actually do have real books in the game, so you can recommend. Sometimes a customer asks you for your help, and you can like zoom in basically, and all the books on your shelves are real books, and you can go through them and check out which one matches their tastes.
Love that. Sean asking, so August 7th was really your lucky day.
Yeah, we had a lot of luck on August 7th.
You need an anniversary celebration every August 7th. Question from Moody Designs Metaverse. Really inspiring story. I'm still a one-man artist as well.
Nice.
That's nice. Do you have any tips for them as a, I don't know, inspiring message to motivate them to keep going?
Yeah, I think that's really feasible and great. It depends on the art style you're choosing, right? If you're going for a hyper-realistic, it's a lot of work as a one-man artist, but
True.
If you're going for something stylized, there's a lot of, the possibility space is endless for you.
Would you say that the fact that you only had one artist, it kind of created the constraint for the game to exist? Or was there already this art style in mind even before finding the artist or working with the artist?
It was a mix, I think. We thought a painterly, like almost children's book illustration art style would look really well, but we also had to find one that was doable. So all of these models that you see, they're not textured, for instance, because texturing takes a lot of time. You have to UV unwrap objects. So we decided we're not texturing. Everything is just meshes. And instead we made a shader, and the shader sort of takes care of the brush strokes that are overlaid to make it look like there's a texture, but there really isn't one. So you can find these decisions between like the technology and the art and the constraints you have to make something really interesting.
I see. I keep just loving also just that splash screen right there. Is it how you start the game as well? Is that what it looks like before you press start?
I know the game starts with you on a cliffside overlooking the town, and you you see where you're going.
So cool. Question from Jack again. Where can I get a books shirt?
Oh yeah, we're actually we have a merch survey up on Reddit.
Oh no way!
And you can like tell us what merch you want, and then if there's enough people wanting it, we'll look into it more.
Really stupid saying I never finished my game. Hopefully you do. Hopefully you get back to it. Sean saying that is an amazing testimony for Teeny Bookshelf.
Oh, thank you.
It will be strictly coding, and it's not that complicated for a 2D game to create a Java-based game. Oh, I think they're answering another user right there. Someone else asking, where's the roadmap? Yeah, I love this recurring question. The roadmap is coming soon and will be uploaded on YouTube, I promise. It's just not ready yet, but it will be there. You will be able to get access to it right there on YouTube. And if you're on Twitch, well, it's on the Unity official YouTube. And as well, if you're on X. Decoded HTML on YouTube saying, so you learn and grow inside the game. Love that. www. Moody Design saying exclamation point. Sean saying love that with a heart emoji. Mr. Cassidy Art is asking, is it flat shaded? Wow, that's a great way to achieve that pastel drawing look. Awesome work.
Nice. Yeah, it's we're actually using matte caps. So we use the normal direction of
Matte
the
caps.
faces to look up on the texture. So it's almost flat shaded, but if you look closely, there's like tiny brush strokes that follow the shape of the 3D objects.
Insane.
It's a really cheap trick to do, like performance-wise and like effort-wise, but I think it looks really nice.
Yeah. Yokokush7194 saying this game looks awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
I like how the game looks really nicely shaded, even without textures, from Marianne is kinda cute.
Nice.
No, Marianne is kinda cute. Sorry, I kind of misspelled that name. Whoever made the shaders, good job from
Nice,
Marianne.
thank you.
Mngr saying the art made me think that it is a different kind of game, and I got excited and felt nice about the game, but the gameplay seems different. Is that could be an untapped potential?
How did you imagine the game to be? I think it's
That's a good question.
yeah.
Actually, Mngr, if you could follow up, tell us what was the kind of like idea that you had before. Any tips on designing or creating cozy games from Xibuzz on YouTube?
Yeah. So for me, I can always recommend starting with a fantasy first. So find something that you are drawn to or that like really hooks you in, and that can sort of guide you through the design process and through the turbulences of development. It sort of really helps to anchor you and to find out where you want to go. I'd say personally, don't don't overemphasize the genre conventions, but try to find your own way of doing it and like your own approach to it. Like figure out, establish your own genre conventions, because it's always a lot more work to copy something that's already like well made, and you have to like relearn how they did it, and it's like a lot of work. And then at the same time, with the same effort, you could make something new and fresh and like exciting that you can test and like be the first to do it. So I always recommend like trying that out if you can.
I love that. Great answer. Sean, I love Sean. Sean has been sharing so much love on the chat since yesterday. He said, made with Unity, neoludic games, awesome, heart emoji. What's a matcap? Question from Krugiza XD.
It's originally from 3D modeling, right? It's used in ZBrush, for instance, to give you a clear idea of how the mesh looks, the model looks, to see it simulates lighting, basically. So it's usually like a really well-rendered sphere that's projected like onto a 2D plane. And you can use that to map it onto the model using the normal direction. So the direction the faces of the model are pointing in, and it makes it look like it's like physically rendered or like hand painted. You can like draw on the matcap, and it'll be sort of mapped onto the model itself.
So if you make like a realistic texture brushes on that image, then that feels like the character has been painted with that.
Yeah, exactly. Or if you have a reflection on it, then it looks like the object is reflecting it, but it's not really, because it's just a 2D texture.
I have my iPad. Actually, shout out to Blender. I think they are coming very soon on iPad, which I'm super excited about.
Oh, interesting.
And I love doing 3D textures by hand for my art. And so being able to do that on the go is just my next goal. But actually, a lot of the cozy art style usually follow this concept. So it's really beautiful to see it well executed on this game. Chris Lagos 44, what does the outline around the mesh do? Is this to maintain a 3D appeal to the art?
It's part of the hand-painted like children's book illustration thing we were going for. We had a bunch of children's books from a flea market, and they had these nice like thick pastel chalk colors with painted outlines. And I thought the outlines were such a nice way to distinguish, like to have a background-foreground separation. And that's why we're using it, I think, to like help some things like pop off the screen, even if they're like in color really similar. Because we don't really have much shading, we don't have much like high contrast color, so the outlines really like help like emphasize things in a way.
That's awesome. Sean in the chat again saying, I love pastels and glitters designs, heart emoji. Moody Designs Metaverse. I'm aiming for AAA quality design with full PBR textures, to answer the question you asked. Playable on WebGL. Would love to join a Unity indie team. Well, you hear it, the community, if you hear that and you're looking for someone that does that, Moody is in the chat. Connections, you know?
Yes.
Actually, that makes me think of a question Jack asked earlier. How does Unite help developers? Because the fact that you're here, is there something you're getting out of being here in person?
Yeah, I think with events like this, for me at least, one of the best parts is always just meeting other people. Like you said, you want to meet people like to join your team and to work with PBR. So I think it's a great opportunity. Like events like this, like find one in your local area. You don't have to fly all the way to Barcelona for it. But it's a great place to meet other people that have similar things they do, similar problems they encounter, similar things they're passionate about, and you can like vibe on that.
That's awesome. Joanne, I think, was replying to one of your explanation earlier and said, I would kindly disagree here. There are parts of games that you should copy, as it can take a lot of time to solve basic things. And if you try to reinvent them, you could lose time. Not all should be innovative. I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
I think that's also what you meant.
Yeah.
That
take conventions. You don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
Like use the escape button to open the menu, for instance. Like you don't have to like do good user design, right? But if you want to make a bakery, like a tiny bakery game, you don't have to copy Tiny Bookshop for it, and you don't have to copy like a farming sim for it to make an interesting bakery game. There can be like a possibility space outside like common associations in the cozy genre, for instance, right? Like you can let the fantasy sort of lead the design, the core design a little bit more, sort of explore what, if you were to build it from scratch, what would be the mechanic of a bakery, for instance.
That's a really good answer. Sean saying 3D, Mystic Cassidy art, you can achieve that look on 3D models with an inverted normals trick pretty cheaply. Look it up online. Well, there you go. Some tips for the community over there. I love that. I joined and said, thanks for the clarification. We agreed then.
Nice.
Love that. For our first game, what should we focus, 3D or 2D as a solo dev from Prime USO?
Yeah, it depends on where your strengths lie, I think, and what you want to do. I think both have their advantages, the things where it's easier to do and things that are harder to do in the space. It really depends on your idea and your skill set.
Love that. I have a couple questions that I ask to all of the Made with Unity people. How would you describe your studio's focus right now? I mean, you mentioned post-launch, obviously there was a lot of focus there. Is there more you would like to expand on?
Yeah, we're still tinkering away at Tiny Bookshop. So one of a lot of feedback was around our book selection, and people wanted more like books in the game. So we've actually started a book council where we invited community members, and they could contribute books to the game. Now we're adding all the books that they contributed into the game for a bigger update that's coming soon. So we're still like tinkering away at the game a little bit, and we're waiting until inspiration strikes again, sort of, for the next project.
Love that. What recent lesson are shaping your next project?
Oh, that's interesting. I'd say test early and test a lot. Like it's, try to get your mechanics to go through as many iterations as possible early, because the later you try to change things, the harder it gets. That's, I think, something I'll try to do a lot more of. And for me, paper prototyping is great, but there's a lot of things that are lost in translation from a card game to a digital game. Because to play like a card game, you have to know the rules, but you don't have to know the rules when you play a digital game.
That's a good point.
So the card game was like a roguelike deck builder, but Tiny Bookshop isn't a roguelike deck builder andiore. Or is it? I don't know. Players don't
play
know.
It to know.
Yeah, but it's like it's converting it from a card game to a digital game. It took away that layer of like knowledge of the mechanics, and it took me a while to bring that back into the game.
That's really good. The cover answer from Omer that says what he thought the game was about. He said, the cover image seems like it is about a group of friends, and I guess my wishful thinking completed it as they would go on a story together with an ambition, but limited in their own world. Very interesting.
Yeah, that's a fun idea.
Question from Really Stupid. What were some challenges that made you change the trajectory of your game, like skill or any other problems?
Yeah, that's a great question.
We get great questions from the community. Thank you guys for asking. Don't hesitate to continue to ask questions.
Yeah, I think we didn't really change direction that much, but we definitely felt the restrictions of like the time and the team when it came to creative decisions. Like there were some things that we were like, we can't really do that. It would be so cool, but there's no time. Like we wanted to add a couple more mini games to the game. That would have been cool. It would have been like a fun surprise to like sprinkle on top. But there's so much work. You have to support them on gamepads as well, right? Like we had to cut those, even like if we had them in the design doc, because it's just too much work to like make them play well. So things like that. But from the core, we didn't have to cut too much.
I love that. Sean said, I have 2 kids that would enjoy this. I'm going to look into it.
Nice.
Would you say the game is kids friendly?
I have to warn you, we have 1 or 2 swear words in it, but if your kids are old enough to handle that.
To swear.
And if they like reading.
Is it bad ones or very bad ones?
It's like bloody is apparently a swear word.
I
like
think
coming from
bloody
Germany.
is okay.
I wasn't aware that's a
Depends
swear
if you're in
word.
the UK or not. I think people will take it wrong or not, but yeah.
So apparently it's a swear word to some ratings agencies.
Someone asked you, have you ever been told you look like the actor Paul Dano? I think it's the guy from the Batman. There is a little similarity.
I don't know who that is.
We'll look it up. Any advice in custom render pipeline for potential performance lifts versus using what's provided by iScope's Eye?
Oh, interesting. So we've been using URP, and we're pretty happy with it. The biggest performance gain we saw was enabling depth priming. That really helped, especially for lower-end devices. Other than that, I don't have too many more. It all depends on the game you're making, right? Like it's so bespoke to the thing you're doing.
And one last question before I let you wrap it up. From Admiral Kiki on Twitch, when should you start showing your game to public? I want to show my game as soon as possible to get people excited, but what if something major will still change, or if it will take time to get there before it releases? Is they going to lose their initial interest?
I think that's a great question, and I think your gut instinct is right. I think showing it early is the best way to test if you have something there that has like a spark and like people are excited about. Because the worst thing that could happen is no one cares, and then no one saw it, and you can still change things, and you can like make it more exciting. But if people already see it and like it, that's great, because then you can tell them, hey, subscribe to the newsletter, or wishlist it on Steam, and then they can come back later. Like, we showed our game in September 22, and I was also worried about showing it publicly too early.
Too early, yeah.
But it really helped when you talk to publishers or platform holders to have something that you can point to and say, hey, people already want this, even if it's still 3 years from launch, and you can use that also to guide the development process.
Great answer. Sean said, we are grateful for your work, build either way. And then Mr. Cassidy Art said, yeah, you're from the Batman. We'll look up Maldonado after. I wanted to ask you one last thing. What would you like to let people with? Is there any message you want to share with the community, or any last message?
Yeah, be kind. That's
be kind, people.
Yeah,
all right.
But you already are. That's great.
Actually, I have one teeny question for myself. Why is neoludic games written in lower caps? We made sure that we followed this for the right thing.
That's great. Because we're a bit edgy. I don't know. It felt more friendly in a way. Like the N is quite spiky, especially in a
so
sans
it's more
serif
curvy and more like gentle. I love that. You do inspire your game fits you well. I think like the vibe you brought on the stream is amazing, and I want the chat to say W, David. Thank you again for being here. Thank you, Neoludic Games. Neoludic Games. Nice. Don't yell it. Lower caps only.
Thank you
so much for being here. And have a great rest of your day.
Nice. Thank you so much.
iScope saying, community feedback will never be overlooked when it comes to molding your game. Will you be interested in using Unity's multiplayer template and make it a multiplayer mode one day? Last question before you go.
Oh, that's a fun one. I don't think so, because it's really like, we've not built it with multiplayer in mind, so we'd have to like change it from the ground up again. So maybe Tiny Bookshop 2 will have multiplayer mode if we ever in 10 years decide to make a sequel. But it's a really fun idea, I think, visiting each other's bookshops, like in Animal Crossing, like visiting other houses.
Ethereal Region on YouTube says, I have been thinking about putting up a blank project and let people watch me make a game. That's always an option for devs. Yep. A lot of Twitch platform, if you go in the gaming, I think, category, a lot of people are just like vibe coding, making their own games, or just like using it as a way to motivate themselves to keep pushing as well. W Tiny Bookshop in the chat from Decoded HTML. Thank you, David from the Bull. It was a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, it was lovely.
We'll take one photo here with the photographer and just thank you to be here. And I appreciate you. We got a real photographer, guys. This is a real production. I feel special today. Community, this is Tiny Bookshop. Thank you, David. We'll continue. Tiny Bookshelf. I keep saying bookshop. Tiny Bookshelf. We'll put the link in the chat as well, so you guys can download the game and have fun with it. Day 2 of Community Hangout is continuing with new guests and new surprises. It's not the end. And I will be also sharing another last link to Survival Kids very soon. So keep staying there. I think it's going to be after the next 2 guests. What else do we have? Thank you, David, from Sean. That's amazing. Hello from Abar. Yeah. Thanks for the answer from iJoyan. I think I am just scared, but I should start as soon as I can. Yes. I think that's the message today, right? Like, put yourself out there. My own journey started like that, is by just, being public with my work, not being afraid of judgment. At the end of the day, people will criticize or not. That should not stop you from trying. And now we're going to transition before getting to the next Made with Unity game with our friend Anthony from Discord. What's up?
Hey, how's it going? Good to meet you in person.
Good to meet you in person as well. I think we met a couple weeks ago, or 1 week ago, just on Zoom. It was awesome.
Yeah. Also, I remember I was going to bring you food. I just have not had time to find a snack or anything.
I am hungry.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. I had a pretty good breakfast this morning.
Good.
I'm putting the link very soon, my friends. Give me a second. Because I typed Tiny Bookshelf, and it gave me literally a list of Tiny Bookshelf. I need to put Steam. There we go.
I was excited to meet him too. I love that game. I got to play it recently.
It's Tiny Bookshop. That's why I couldn't find it.
Yep.
There you go. Tiny Bookshop. The link is in the chat. Sorry for messing up names. Second day of Community Hangout. We're here for 5 hours. There you go. The link is in the chat, people. Go download Tiny Bookshop from David from Neoludic Games. It was awesome to have him. And right now we're going to be talking about Discord. So Anthony, can you present yourself a little bit about your journey maybe before we dive in?
Sure, yeah. So I'm a developer advocate at Discord. And what that means is we help build documentation, samples. We are like technical people that just are doing community things. So we go to events. We're sort of like the glue between the developers and the actual community that uses all of the APIs and stuff that we put out. We also have like a pretty large developer community. And then outside of that, I've also been an indie game developer probably for like the last 15 years, using Unity for almost all of that. So I've been like, doing things all over the industry, contract stuff, basically anything you can imagine you could do with Unity, like live audio reactive visuals and like, what do you call them, escape rooms, anything you can do with it, I've done something. So.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We have people in the chat saying, Krugi's IXD on YouTube, Discord has the best Halloween soundtrack ever. I have a story about that. So I didn't know that the sound will change for Halloween. And so I think it was last year with my friend Will, we're just like on a call and then all of a sudden we hear those like noises and I'm like, where is it coming from? And I got spooky in my own house because it was like pretty late.
It's a little
and then
scary.
It took us a second to realize, oh, that's Discord. Just the sound changed during Halloween. That's actually a pretty cool feature, I find.
Yeah. We actually, because we use it at work too, so it happened on our like work accounts, and I was like, what is going on?
Really stupid on YouTube saying, love to see more devs in Community Hangout. Absolutely. We have more devs coming in. It's not the end of the day. But even in the chat, lots of developers are also here sharing, which is amazing. Decoded HTML saying, oh, Discord, that's my fave place to be.
Same here. I feel like it's where gamers love to be.
Yep.
I love to be there. All my friends are on it.
Love that. Glenn Aru, best community manager ever. Big ups.
Oh, yeah, actually, so we do have like a Discord developer community, just a giant Discord server with I don't know, 100, 200,000 people that are all using our APIs and stuff. And I am one of like the 4 or 5 people that is like mainly focused on being in there and talking with the community and stuff. So.
And you're doing an amazing job there.
Appreciate you. Thank
we
you.
actually have an upcoming live stream with Discord. Can you remind me the date? I forgot about it.
December 11th.
Yes.
I believe on Twitch right here.
Yes,
and
it is.
that'll be me too. So I'll be there. One of my other teammates will be on there, and we'll be talking about our Unity Learn course that we actually just published
Yes. So we're going to actually have it on YouTube and Twitch, and if possible, again on X. This is the first time we're doing something live on X today, and I was pretty impressed with the fact that it just worked out of the bat yesterday. So that's
cool.
pretty cool. What else? Sean saying, I love Discord. Discord, where I live, basically, by Prime USO. And then the bull said, the Discord. Yes, there is Discord on Discord. It's kind of Discordception.
Yeah.
What are we looking at right now?
Yeah, so we actually just launched something earlier this year at GDC in March called the Discord Social SDK. And the Social SDK is sort of a way for game developers to bring the power of Discord into their games. So it's already in popular games like Marvel Rivals, Battlefield 6. We've got mobile games with it. But it really it allows players to authenticate with Discord, and then the developer gets access to their friends lists. You get access to voice chat, text chat, invites, lobbies, rich presence. So really everything that you can do in Discord, we kind of power your social layer of your game with this SDK. And we've got a Unity version, an Unreal version, and a C++ version. Yeah, so it's just, if you're trying to build a social game and you need text chat, voice chat, this is something that we've put out that Discord is very good at, and now you can use it at no cost, and it's out there.
I love that. And it looks like it's also pretty easy to set up. I remember when we were planning because we're actually going to go on December 11 during the live stream. We'll deep dive into it. We'll see exactly the steps to go through it. Right now, I didn't want Anthony to bring his laptop and do a live demo. That's not the goal. But we can talk a little bit about how to actually implement that, how easy it is and what it can unlock for people.
Yep. That's actually, we had a talk earlier yesterday. I did one where we sort of live coded, and the stream will be like a live coding showing off how easy it is to set up some of the features. It'll show off, a little bit about the actual like Unity Learn course we put out. But yeah, it's like, as an indie game dev, solo game dev, like, it is kind of insane how easy, like quick and easy it is to set up, and like you just have it, once the player authenticates, it's there, and it's like cross-platform too, with like no extra work. Yeah, that's basically any platform that you can think of: mobile, Windows, PC, Mac, Linux, PlayStation, Xbox.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Love that. Discord Canary for the win from Icecoast I3914. Then someone said, Canary Discord if you want to be part of the development of Discord as a whole from Icecoast. Is that true? Is that where it is?
Yeah, so that's the what do you call it? Kind of preview version of Discord, so you get some of the like early features. So like, you might run into like a bug or something if we but generally that's just like our preview build. So you get early access to some cool stuff.
Moody Design Metaverse saying, whoa, that's a game-changing SDK.
Yeah, it's like, again, speaking as like not a Discord rep, like, and I will speak as a Discord rep for most of this,
changing hats. Yep.
Insane. Like just like at no cost, like literally you could do things like, proximity chat, voice chat, and like there's just so much that's like so easy to do, and like it's just a few lines of code for a lot of those things. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, actually, shout out to Joy, which has been hosting some of the Unity live stream this year, and she's actually with me organizing the Discord one that we're having on December 11. And she was basically, we had this Zoom call just to think about what we should be talking about and so on. And she was just geeking out because she's been working on her own game. She was like, "Oh my God, I'm going to implement that for my game." That's such a cool thing. Just discovering the powerful SDK and what it can do. Actually, the bull in the chat is saying, I fired up 7 Days to Die after a long break, and they had Discord integration. It's pretty cool.
Yep, it's in there. I think you can see it in a lot of places. Like Marvel Rivals is like one of the big ones. That's like, if you play it, it's in there. It's such a good version of the integration. Like, check that out. But yeah, it's kind of crazy that it's just like you've got friends, chat, all that stuff is there. And even for my own work, like I haven't had the time because I've been working, but I've got like personal projects that I want to be putting this into, and I just got to find the time to do that. So.
I love that.
Yeah.
How do people get Discord Canary? They are asking.
That's actually a really good question. I'm not sure.
I looked it up, and apparently there is a link on Reddit somewhere. So my friends, I'm not going to put any wrong link in the chat. Just look it up and Google it, please.
Yeah, I think that's really the way to do it.
Really Stupid on YouTube is saying, lol, I never pick up any of my calls during Halloween. I just boogie down with the soundtrack.
Wait, from what?
From the Discord soundtrack.
Oh, the Discord soundtrack, yeah.
They just like start dancing and stuff, answering their calls. That's the danger. During Halloween, you might not get answers from people because it just vibe on the music.
Yeah. I love a good like call sound. Like I remember we used Skype way back with my friend group before Discord came out, and yeah, the Skype jingle was great. Discord also fantastic. It's fun to sit there and listen to.
Have you seen any weird or novel ways people have integrated Discord into games? Is asking the bull.
Yeah, actually, so it's really cool because it's not even like, you don't necessarily need to put it into a game, right? Like it's a SDK. If the C++ version, you can kind of put into whatever you want. So you could be building like a streaming app or a video app or an audio, like let's say you're making like a music player of some sort. You can put it into those, and you can get access to, like, if you want social features, you can do that. You also have access to rich presence, which is, if you're familiar with like in Discord, you can see on friends' profiles, like on their icons and stuff, like what they're doing.
Yeah, if they're actually online or
and
what
so,
game they're playing. Yep.
Exactly. Discord Social SDK lets you power that. You can tell how long somebody's been doing, whatever action. You can say what they're doing. They're listening to a certain song, or they're in a lobby.
I love that particular one. It got me into trouble once. You got to be careful with the settings, but it's a great integration. It's like, what? You're listening to this?
Yep. The cool thing about that part too is you don't even need, for rich presence like that, you don't even need to handle like any of the authentication stuff. As long as they have Discord on their machine, it's
sweet.
just like it just kind of works. There's a
that's amazing.
Technically,
okay.
There's like RPC call that does it, but there's no authentication needed for that.
And what are your plans for the future of this SDK?
Yeah, so we actually, like, I don't know how much I can like specifically say about the future of it, but like as an advocate, I actually am the one that would be taking all the feedback and like pushing for things that people want, more features or use cases and that sort of stuff. So well, I can't really comment on what the future holds for it. We're definitely like all in, like super excited about this. We're building it for developers. We're excited about the people that are using it. And so if anybody uses it, find me in like our Discord developer server and give me any feedback you've got. And I'm sort of like the direct line back to our team. So yeah, let me know what you want and we can make that happen.
There you go. Know if there is going to be any other levels of developer kits, ADK, SDK, etc. And yes, iScopes I3914. I will always name you when I read your text.
So actually, interestingly enough, we do have a handful of like SDKs and APIs. So there's the social SDK, which we've talked about here. We also have the embedded app SDK. So you can build things called activities, which are games and applications that actually run in Discord that you can play with your friends actually in the Discord application. There's a thing called the embedded app SDK that you can use to build those. That one's like a purely JavaScript. You're creating like a web game to do that. And then we also have like a handful of APIs that you can use to build bots. You can really do anything. You integrate with Discord in like such cool ways. You can create webhooks for the channels in your server where you can actually send directly like messages, video. So if you have like a game where you want to send screenshots, I've used it before as like in a I built like a level editor and players want to be able to publish something. So we actually created a webhook for a forum channel in Discord, and they could actually publish their levels there, and other players could like see it. So there's so many things you can do with it. Check out the APIs. Go to, I think it's discord.dev is our like full documentation of like all the different APIs, SDKs that you can use.
Love that. Let me make sure I put the link in the chat. Boop, boop, boop. Discord.dev, which redirect to discord.com/developers/docs/intro.
That's the one.
Yeah. Jack from the production is asking, can you give us server boosts?
Server boosts, Nitro. I definitely can't do that, but
it doesn't have this power.
I know.
And totally putting on the spot.
We actually have been here at Unite giving away as like a little prize some Nitro and stuff, but generally that's just like that's not something that we can.
Right. I saw the ducks from yesterday. That was
ducks,
pretty fun.
yeah.
Like the blue ducks from Discord.
Yeah. So for people that attend our talks here, we have these like little rubber ducks for rubber duck debugging. The Discord logo and Discord colored. So
that's really cute.
Yeah.
Is there some more, or it's run out?
We are at the end of it. We actually have another talk right now, and so the last of it is going to be.
No.
I know. I'm so sorry. I'll see if I can find some for you.
I'll see you again.
I'll ship you. I'll make sure we ship you something.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah.
The bull saying, "Hey, I was wondering who that was. I'm only seeing your @name right now." Yes. Discord.dev. So that's where you go to download the SDK.
Yep.
Any updates on security or any things related to that in the future for Discord? From Farvin Dacheria.
Yeah, I mean, those are things that I'm not like, because I'm developer advocate, so I'm generally between our developers and like the community, and so I'm not really in that space, and I'm not like super able to comment on any.
That's okay.
But yeah,
Where should people go if they have questions specifically for the same Discord server you mentioned earlier?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, for developer related stuff, but we also have support. So I think if you just search Discord support, you can get direct access to like I think you just send a message and any concerns that you've got. We've got like actual people listening and
Sweet.
Yeah.
Shout out to our Twitch streamers as well, viewers. Sorry, Glenero saying, does Discord work with showing Unity status automatically when it started? I've always had to set the status manually. Never thought about that.
The Unity status. So are they asking like if you're making a game in Unity, having Discord pick up like what's happening?
Maybe that's Glenero. If you're hearing us, follow-up questions for you.
Yeah,
but it's true. Like I think when you're playing a game, Discord say what game you're playing. So if you're on Unity, does it say you're on Unity?
In Unity, not.
It's not considered a game, so it doesn't show that, I guess.
I don't think it does, but if you're talking about like getting rich presents from the game that you're building, I know in the past, Discord tried to do its best to like pick up whatever game was playing on the system, and it would show you some basic information. But the good thing about the social SDK is it gives you direct control over it as the game developer. So you, like on startup of your game, get to be able to actually like show that and you know.
Oh, so Glenn said apparently you can register Unity as a game manually. But it doesn't show up by default in the status. Okay, well, good to know. I didn't even know I could do that. Now, if I'm coding, I could show my friends that I'm busy.
And for how long, and good for your boss, maybe.
Oh, yeah, you can see, like, look, I've been coding for the last 9 hours.
Yeah, the last 40.
Discord user activity displayed, exactly, fancy.
Yeah.
What are the languages that the SDK support? Is asking decoded HTML on YouTube.
Yeah, so we've got a Unity package, one for Unreal, which is C++, and then we have just like a raw C++ version. Yeah, so the Unity package is great. You just download it, you bring it into your packages folder or use the package manager to install it. Yeah, and then Unreal, I haven't really played too much with the Unreal version yet, and then C++ is just like, it's raw C++. All our documentation's written in the C++ version currently, but it's, you know, instead of using like a pointer, you're doing C# dot operator. And so it all like translates like super well. It's the same.
Love that.
Yeah.
People, we have 1 more minute with Anthony, so if you have any last minute question, it's now or never. But in the meantime, Anthony, do you have a message for the devs, for the community, for people?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, just like keep building cool stuff. Like, you know, I'm an indie dev. I love seeing like the craziest indie things on like itch, and like I play like niche, like weird games. Like if you find me somewhere too, send me like whatever you built. Like I would love to see what you're playing. And then if you use the social SDK, like find me and also let me know what you run into, like what issues you've had with it, or you know if it's been like successful and helpful for you.
Does it work in VR for VR games?
Ooh, good question. I know it works on mobile operating systems. I want to say yes. I'd say just throw it in a build and test it.
That's a good way to know.
I should learn that and find out.
Game supports this with Twitch, but not sure if this would work in Discord. Okay, we'll look it up, Galino, and stay connected with Anthony for any other question. Anthony, thank you so much. It was so nice to have you today, and looking forward to see you again December 11th. People, don't miss out. We have another live stream. This one will be an hour and a half dedicated to the SDK, how to set it up with a live demo and everything. So it's going to be really fun.
Cool.
Thank you, Anthony. It was
awesome.
Great to have you on stage.
Thank you so much.
Have a good rest of your night, and I'm looking forward to that blue duck that you might send me. Awesome. So people, this is our last segment of Made with Unity game. Unfortunately, our friends from Resolution Games could not be there, but fortunately, I was there 3 weeks ago in Sweden for Sweden Game Conference, and I actually got a chance to try their games. So they sent me a couple video, we got a couple trailers, and we're going to be able to actually look into that right now. So one thing I needed to tell you is that Domingo, which is their main game, you've probably know Domingo if you're a fan of D&D. It's one of the early VR game that was super popular on Quest. It's an amazing game. And it actually just came out, and it's available now on Android XR now as a port. So if you already played it on the Quest, you can now play it on Android XR. So I wanted to show you a couple of video for that. Let's look at it.
All monsters beware. My aim is true. Taste my steel. I call lightning. Bullseye. Die. I summon fire.
Resolution Games. So that was the Domingo trailer, my friends, which is now available on Android XR. I'm so happy to be sponsoring a little bit of that segment for them, as they could not be, unfortunately, with them personally at Unite. But again, if you have never played that game in VR, it is so fun. Like, it's a really, really cool game. But it's not the only game that they have. Actually, they have been working on another game, and it's actually a combination between Domingo and the official Dungeons and Dragons team, and they work together to be making a game called Battle Marked. and we have the gameplay trailer as well. So let's see if you can actually showcase that as well, Jack, to the community.
Oh god. Oh, you have one more action.
Really?
Yes.
I'll splash on water.
Perfect. Blending up some lightning.
All right, fire it up.
We got it.
Yeah.
That's good damage.
Ooh, Emerald Tavern.
Don't forget side quests before we head back out, everyone.
I'm just gonna look at my skill tree upgrades.
Okay, let's go.
Stick together and find that exit road.
So what I'm hearing there is run off on your own and look for the route.
No.
Alright, testing fireball. Come on, miss again.
Oh no!
Oops. It's fine. I have a potion as well.
Wait, did you just open a door?
Can we close that again?
Ooh, that troll has to exit, Grim.
Along with 50 other goons.
Drop a little hunter's mark.
Need a hand here.
Here we go, here we go.
Ooh, big crit. Very satisfying.
Woo.
Battlemarked, available on Steam, MetaQuest, and PS5. It was actually part of the Steam Fest from October 13 to 20, and that's about the time where I was in Sweden. So I was able to visit the Resolution Game Studio in Sweden, which is so cool, like in the middle of Stockholm. It was not that cold. I was expecting it to be very cold, so I brought a lot of stuff, and no, it was actually hot. Climate change, people. But the game is really cool. I got a chance to play test it because I don't think that they plan to have it working on Steam Deck, but it actually works pretty well. I had my Steam Deck with me and I tried the game. I also tried it in VR. So that was also pretty cool because you can play it whether you want on different platforms. People in the chat, the Bull saying Demio was really cool. I agree. I believe it was one of the first VR games I tried. No way. Okay, that's pretty cool. Love D&D vibes. Me too. Fun fact, I'm a huge D&D fan, but I was never in a place in the world where I could find a good game master, like someone that can actually dungeon master, you know, like make the game for people to play around. And that's such an important job to make like a good D&D experience. So Demio for me was a good way to kind of like have a gateway drug into like the universe of D&D, and especially with Battlemarked. Well, you don't need a game master. The game actually worked with that. But it's not replacing D&D, right? Like the goal is not to say this is better than that. I think both exist in their own fashion. But to see D&D actually collaborating with the studio and working on this game was pretty cool. So like I said, it's available now. There is even more stuff coming soon that the team is actually going to surprise you with, but I cannot talk about it right now. So follow Resolution Games. Actually, Jack in the production has a little anecdote about maybe one of your friends that worked on this. No?
Yeah, a buddy of mine actually works at Wizards of the Coast, and so he's been telling me about this game he's been working on, and it sounds really, really cool. I'm very excited for it. So I can't wait to get my hands on it.
I'm super excited as well. Is that like a specific story, or can any campaign be role played on it? So I think they actually have custom stories. I don't want to say any mistakes. It's coming out with its own set. The one that I was able to play was during the Steam Fest demo. So if you haven't had a chance to try the demo, look it up. I'm actually going to try to find the link. Give me 1 second. I'll put it in the chat. There we go. And here it is. Battlemarked, people. Another question in the chat from Icecopes. Does Unity have a branch that redesigns fundamental system in new ways that are outside of the box? I don't know, but I will recommend you go on discussions forum to check it out. Then we have Sean saying maybe can help with other things you might need help with. I don't know if you were answering to someone about there. Cardi saying banger game. Yes, Battlemark. I'm super hyped for Battlemark. Release date, guess what? November 20, 2025. So the game has been in demo during Steam Fest, and it's releasing today. So you can go on Steam right now and actually buy it. So, yep, it's added to my wish list personally, and I'm definitely going to get it. Before we go into our little break before the next segment, I just wanted to give a chance for people to get the next code for Survival Kids 2. So, Jack, if you want to do the little countdown, it's your time to shine.
Absolutely. All right, here we go. In the chat, Manu will paste it. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, grab it.
Boom! This is Survival Kids, the game that was made in-house by Unity. Our first ever game. So if you want to try it out, get the code and go download it. The first person to get it will get the game. And my dear friends, we'll break into a small transition again so I can get a water break, go to the bathroom and stuff. And then we'll be back for the follow-up of our agenda. We'll have a talk from the accessibility team. We'll have another Made with Unity developer coming in to close the segment. And then we'll close with the advocacy and community segment at 3:15 local time. So thank you for being here. Don't move. We'll be back.